a very high likelihood of being the killer.
Oh yeah.
I want to repost if you.
Yeah.
Probably.
I couldn't hear.
Sakura.
Oh boy, here it comes.
You wish the
Oh boy!
Oh, 60 seconds. Let's go.
It's the
Yay.
check.
Let's see how the final episode's gonna be like.
I'm also
I'm
watching
genuinely scared.
Zeus's.
Why are you scared? What the hell?
Look, I
bingo
don't know
card.
what's gonna happen.
I don't
Why
care.
are you scared? It's not real, bro.
It's real to us.
Immersion is
Go
the
out
key
being
factor
invested
here,
in the
okay?
Listen, bro. Go outside.
Touch grass, eat some ass.
Touch grass, eat some.
You can still go outside if it's nighttime.
It's literally the middle of the night. Everyone's sleeping.
Crazier
That's even-
who's
look,
in
it's
the
one-
air to speak
like
and
1
talk
in the
in the air.
afternoon for me. Almost
Here
one.
will begin
2 o'clock for me.
shortly.
Oh god, I'm trying to keep
No,
track
no,
of
no,
everything.
Discord.
What's happening at
Pop
once?
out. Let's pop out, dude.
Show the mod channels.
Oh man, my wrist hurts. Come on, buddy. Let's not fail me now.
I do wonder if this child will actually be convicted.
Oh, the mangoes. Bring all the
What's with the
thrusters.
mangoes,
More
dude? What the hell
Bring
is
all the
this?
bad ponies.
I'm fighting
bad ponies.
like that. I don't.
Starting.
Wait, are we
Oh.
actually?
What the fuck?
Oh,
These
no.
the
I
mango.
wish YouTube was a dark screen.
Countdowns are bad.
Can you
Like,
make it
yeah,
dark
we-
mode
yeah.
or make the screen? There you
Who the
go.
hell has YouTube in dark mode?
I see.
I do. I love
No.
dark mode. It's the night.
How about you go outside as well?
Touch grass.
I can go now. Go into the lights. I'm indoors like vampire.
Open your
Like a
window.
vampire, not like a vampire.
What is this little?
It's vampire.
Never. Oh no! Open my windows.
There's
This
no
is mockery to
countdown
us fat
anywhere.
ponies. Oh well.
Dude, if you're scared of bright lights, like, come on.
Friendship is magic.
This is weird. This
Oh,
Five
These are
minutes.
very cute. What does that say? DY, whatever. What is this, dude? Why is there cubes everywhere? Is this Minecraft? Is this Minecraft? Yeah, this
It's
is
as good as
Minecraft.
mine.
Minecraft.
Sugar is going to
Where's
be
the numbers?
innocent.
More here. Is there more here? Everyone, right search this part. Is there more?
No, it's
Sugar is best
Minecraft.
pony. Sugar is best pony. Y'all know.
Unreliable.
No,
At least for your concern.
sugar's a possible word.
Mr.
Yeah, this music
Okay,
goes hard.
can you not? Can we not do that?
YouTube music. So good.
Hear music.
YouTube music.
This is like Portal soundtrack.
Is it
Sounds
really?
like Interstellar.
Yeah.
This one's from
You
Portal.
should play
though.
Portal 2, kinda.
How about after this?
I want to.
And I need to replay Portal 2.
He's
Game.
The ending to Portal 2 is awesome.
Oh,
The cake is a lie.
now I have
Oh man, Portal 2 had the better ending.
really. Yeah. You know, after you murdered me.
Ooh, it's getting more exciting.
Oh.
It's rolling.
Let's go.
It's rolling.
Down to something.
And wait, we're here to watch the live premiere of the latest Mr. Beast video.
Yep.
Like no countdown.
excuse
How do we
me.
know anything?
Just look
I
at
guess
the
when the
count.
music
You have to
just
count the
ends,
number
they're
of cubes and dots, and those translate into numbers.
How
Is
many
that
cubes are there
actually
now?
how it happens?
Bruh.
I have no
Josh
clue.
Scorcher in the YouTube chat.
Is
Look,
he?
that says
Is he actually
DP right there. Look, you see that? That means numbers.
Okay, I should not. I forgot my.
Where are the numbers?
We're
Where
in
are
the
the
main frame.
numbers?
Where are the numbers?
Where are the
Where
numbers?
are the numbers?
Where are the numbers?
Dude, this
Yeah, I think
loading
it's
screen is
numbers.
awesome. This is
I
probably
see
one of the
letters, but
best
not
loading
numbers.
Yo, this new desktop background looking swagger.
I can't do it for Cartoon Network.
This is the latest video game loading screen.
Wait,
We gotta have
I love this
The music
music.
is coming from my Mac.
Yeah, I mean, the music does kind of go hard.
Click wrong chat.
You gotta have
Wrong trip. Wrong trip.
Right.
Daniel absolutely zero
There
things.
you
Oh, no, we lost
Well done,
video.
guys.
We lost video. It's over.
Thanks for coming. That was over.
Oh, it's over. No.
Bring it
It
back.
was all lies. I was right days ago.
No, I was ready. Let's
All
bring
right,
it back.
there we go, guys.
Oh no.
Thanks for coming.
Yo, shut your bitch ass up and
You
get the
did.
thing
Oh
up.
my god.
Hey, yo.
That's rude.
I must admit, the music is good.
I'm just trying.
Ah, sweet home Alabama.
No.
The music is amazing.
We've been quite possibly
Yeah.
You're weird as
Jimmy.
Where's the town?
Why is there random letters everywhere?
I need to count down my YouTube.
Because that's just when the UJ counts up.
We've been tricked. The
Good time.
backstab have we been quite possibly bamboozled.
Format sucks.
Let's go, we got
I know,
over
we made
1,000
bamboozled.
people right now.
I don't want a good Brazil, really.
You're in a bad city, sweetie bear. You're going
Oh,
to
there's
Brazil and you're gonna love it.
5, 4, 3,
Brazil.
2, 1.
What?
Numbers.
It begins.
2, 1. Let's stop.
They had 0.
Up, and we finally get previously on.
Time.
All the last time.
This is like an anime.
All these.
I love anime.
Let me turn it up.
At the very beginning, Sugar Stamp and Private Eye, somehow they're also a part of it.
I managed to test the blood that Apollo, Trucy, and I found on the trees the other day. It belonged to
No,
Royal
I mean,
Order.
be quiet.
He's
You remember
made
the
that.
Don't talk
remaining
over
suit
the
of armor?
characters.
I managed to
Shut
find
up.
it. I noticed that the left side of the body plate had a particularly ugly dent in it.
Whatever happens in this trial, help
Her
my
fault.
mom, no matter the cost.
Sweetie
It
Belle
was
was
the
neither
mom.
the one to make the
Killed her.
tournament.
Why don't
No,
stop
literally,
that?
they
just-
Feeling
Bro,
person
relax.
from
You're
Sakura.
so insistent on
Some
protecting
pony
each
else
other.
did both.
Oh, well.
Silver Spoon!
When Sylvie came into my bedroom with the magazine,
Oh,
I saw that
yes.
she had a small patch on her coat that was stained red.
The defense believes that the pony who broke into Carousel Boutique was none other than Silver Spoon! Now that we've
Oh,
confirmed
no.
all of this, we
Yes,
now know the
again.
true identity of the pony who sent that anonymous
I kind of hate how the
message.
prologue
Can
doesn't have
only be
subtitles.
Sweetie Belle herself. The fact of the matter is that this
think you
clone
Oh
can-
god, all this
existed in the first
stuff with
place.
there never
The
being a
bravest suit
Isn't
clone.
there a
She had
caption?
come from
Yeah,
Royal
not
Order.
with the
Video?
It
video
must have
plot
come from
twist.
some pony else.
You mean who killed Royal Order?
There's only one
Idiot.
pony who could have, and that's the son of the victim himself.
What?
Turning page!
This is just.
Oh right, I forgot
Your
that
Honor,
Thea
my son.
is turning page of killing Royal Order.
The truth is
How that my ears.
What game is Athena playing?
It was turning page of Kill Royal Order. It's all over.
It begins. What happened
Yeah.
between Royal
Let's
Order
go.
and me?
Calm down, guys.
See how this episode goes, chat.
My husband teleported us to Froggy Bottom Bog to search for our son. Finding nothing, we decided to travel up the path to the crossroads, then afterwards to the Nightmare Knight statue. During our search, we began to talk about turning page. It was
Hesitation.
a difficult topic, one that erupted into a bit of an
Oh
argument.
no, she figured out
Things
what
got out of hand, and in a blind rage, I ended up knocking Royal Order into the base of the statue, killing him instantly. After
What?
realizing he was dead, I did what I needed to do in order to cover up the crime.
How could
Lamau?
you? He's bad.
I don't buy this. That's
I
too
see.
perfect.
And this then is what you claim to be what truly happened that
Reddit.
night. How your husband was killed.
That's right, Your Honor.
So it would seem. But tell me this, Miss Devotion. You say you did what you needed to do in order to cover up the crime. But why did you move the body and lead us on this wild goose chase?
That's easy enough to answer. I wanted to make it look like
Oh,
Royal's
she's so
death was an
clever.
accident, that Timberwolves
Hey,
had
Cat
killed
Kid.
him, not a pony. I knew that his
Turkey.
death, once it was discovered,
Random
would be
ponies.
regarded with great suspicion.
Great suspicion?
Of course. He was a member of the Royal Guard, after all. And, well, on track to greater things.
Equity has lost in there.
I mean, there was that.
To further complicate matters, the fact that he died on the base of the statue meant it would be hard to make it seem like Timberwolves had killed him. So, I needed to remove any possibility of him dying in any other way. The most immediate way to do that was by getting rid of the body altogether. My initial thought was to sink it into Froggy Bottom Bog, but I had to remove his armor first. Once it was off, I carried him away with my magic. However, doing so left that blood trail, the one found at the crossroads, behind, leading back to the statue.
That explains why Royal didn't have any armor on him when Scootaloo ran into him later.
In any event, while moving the body, I heard a clang coming from the statue area. I immediately left the body at the crossroads and rushed back. I didn't find any pony, but I was worried. The fact that there was a clang meant some pony had been at the scene. I was also worried because I could hear Timberwolves fast approaching.
The freaking woody ass owl.
Scent of the blood must have attracted them to the area then.
There was no time to waste. I used my magic to lift the blood on the statue, as well as the armor, and brought them to the clearing through the trees.
But she's admitting that she killed him.
As the Timberwolves were in the area, I hoped that they lapped blood.
Does Twilight have yet another VA? I haven't been paying attention to that crap.
I also hoped that they'd maybe not.
I guess so.
Thereby leaving traces of their presence at the scene, further corroborating the story you were concocting.
Exactly. I figured that would be an easy enough story to believe. Murder doesn't occur in Equestria, but accidents, those are easier for us to digest.
That explains.
You say that. Yeah, I've never seen an on-screen death in My Little Pony.
Into the clearing?
No, I also took the helmet.
Dude, it would be awesome if we saw someone get maimed.
I chose to carry it with me so I could dispose of it later.
But at the same time,
why would you want to dispose of it?
The episode would probably be removed.
Hole on the side, right where Royal Order had been impaled. If any investigator found that helmet and that hole, they'd be able to dismantle my story.
So you finished setting up the parameters for this story. What did you do afterwards?
Well, after I left the Timberwolves to their feast, I returned to the statue to make sure I didn't leave anything behind.
That's one way to describe it.
Then I headed back to the crossroads to retrieve Royal Order's body. But
what?
The body was missing. Vanished somehow.
Vanished? Didn't you find that odd?
Of course I did. I'm not a fool, Miss Sykes. But at the time, I thought perhaps my luck had changed, that the Timberwolves really had eaten the body, even though I hadn't seen any wolves yet. Still, it has been bothering me. And up until now, I didn't know how the body could have vanished.
Turning page.
Up until now?
It should be obvious, shouldn't it? That body couldn't have moved.
I still love the hat blood pony.
Yes, I could have.
Some pony else must have moved it.
Yep.
And that pony was Sugar Stamp.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
Sugar Stamp?
That makes sense.
How can you say that?
It's like
Actually, Princess Twilight, I don't have to say that. You and your partner already did it for me.
Yes.
We did?
Yeah, you guys
What?
did that before.
That male pony.
I can't believe that. Come on.
She had a badge with a similar shape as the mark on the wagon.
It almost goes back to Surger. Poor Surger.
You know what this
Wait, no,
means,
she's
right?
crazy.
Yeah. That male pony was in the forest that night.
Time is up, defense. You've had enough time to discuss. Have you concluded who may have left the mark on the wagon?
Oh, yeah.
The defense has identified a possible suspect, Your Honor.
And who might they be?
The defense formally accuses the male pony by the name of Sugar Stamp.
Her name is cute.
You said it yourself. That mark proves Sugar Stamp moved the body to the castle ruins. But I don't think she did so just to frame Turning Page or Scootaloo.
Then why? Why would she move it?
Earlier, Sugar Stamp said she'd been in the forest. Now, I hadn't seen her at all, but she surely must have seen me. She must have also seen what happened at the statue.
His story has so many holes.
You killing Royal Order?
That would be the most probable
But Sugar
explanation.
said that she killed
After
Royal
seeing
Lord.
that, she would have
Unless-
wanted to protect me.
We debunked that.
So, while I was
tried
otherwise
protecting.
occupied at the clearing,
Tried
Probably.
protecting.
Sugar Stamp took Royal's
you know
body
how-
and dumped it at the
Yeah,
castle
that's
ruins.
probably it.
As for
Caesar,
why
stop
there,
working.
well, you pointed out one possibility, Miss Sykes. She was trying to pin the murder on Turning Page and Scootaloo, and make the ruins look like the real crime scene. But I think
Again,
there's another
why?
possibility. If she had seen the blackmail exchange and the ponies involved, she could have been trying to pin the blame on maybe Diamond Tiara or Silver Spoon.
Too much to take in. I wish I was taking notes.
Why did the ponies? Why
But
most of
that
the
isn't for me to
smiling?
speculate on. In any event, I believe Sugar Stamp was trying to protect her friend. And that's why she decided to provide a false confession, with help from Detective Private Eye.
But you helped in that
If
fake
Private Eye
confession.
helped her, then that must mean he was also trying to protect you.
I
Friendship
believe
goes so far as protecting your
Royal
friend
was
from
his
you.
friend. Perhaps Private Eye
I
felt
don't
that he had to
believe
do
this.
justice
There is
by
too
him.
many holes.
What about the bruises that we found
Oh.
on Turning Page? They still place him at the crossroads where Scootaloo crashed.
Right. And Silver Spoon and Zecора's testimonies can't account for his whereabouts after he fled the castle. The bruises are the only things that we have that can explain where he went. You can't just dismiss them, Fair Devotion.
Yeah, she
I
explained
suppose I
bruises.
cannot. But I'll
right,
keep
Twilight.
to my word.
Yes.
Something you ought to learn, Miss
Well, thank you,
Sykes.
Fiery.
Oh, you shut your.
Damn, okay.
Though those
I know.
bruises place him at the crossroads, they in no way demonstrate any involvement Turning might have had with
smiling?
his father's death.
And there's this what yellow.
For all we know,
really happy.
sometime during that night,
They're
while
the killers.
fleeing,
They're the
he might have
psychopaths right
teleported to
now.
the crossroads in an attempt to get out of the forest quicker.
We
He
have.
is a gifted
Wait.
unicorn, after all. Just like
When
his
have we
father.
seen him teleport,
He'd have
though?
seen the body before Sugar
We
have
Stamp
never
we
seen
did.
it.
We haven't.
At the
That's
same
the thing.
time,
You don't have
he
to
might have
see
I
it.
don't believe he
and
teleported.
then propped himself next to the
What
body.
do you? But
The
how about
crash
you watch the
occurred.
episode?
Scootaloo ran off. The bruises
Alright.
formed, and after a
skip
time,
away
Turning
all the
managed to
boring
flee the
parts,
forest
my-
too. All without having anything to do with what happened to Royal Order.
If that's the case, then Turning Page.
We are watching
Why
this
haven't you
very
said
much.
anything until now?
Yeah, we're watching.
Because I hate you.
It's as I
He's
said before,
he's hiding.
Princess
Why
Twilight.
I don't believe
Royal
this.
Order taught his son the importance of taking
Like if Rainbow
responsibility,
Dash
even for
was
things he has
mixed
no control over.
with
He kept silent
and
then,
had gray hair,
in order to protect me.
and actually smoothed it out. No, if Rainbow Dash
The
hair
court appreciates
with-
you clarifying
with
matters for us,
Athena's
witness.
hair.
Now then,
join us.
normally, this would be when the cross-examination would occur.
You're kidding.
However,
I feel
No.
as though it, along with Miss Devotion's further comments, have answered many of our questions, and that a cross-examination would be
several
nothing more than a
unanswered.
formality.
No,
Changing
Fluffy,
nothing.
don't tell Grace of the
Correct,
bossing
Your Honor?
around.
indeed. I can think of no discrepancies within it that a cross-examination would reveal.
Honestly,
It's
me
fine,
neither,
man. You're
Athena.
cool.
Fair Devotion's words add up.
No hard
Sure.
feelings,
I'm
buddy.
sure.
Words do. But I
Too
think
clean.
that you and I
Oh.
have noticed that it's not always words that matter in a testimony. It's also the witness's heart, their emotions.
It's being.
Moon Matrix?
I knew it.
Some discord in her
Time
heart.
Moon Matrix?
Unmistakably.
The heart.
And I'll
We
bet
need
more
to
than
see.
that
No.
when
Time
we
travels.
figure out why it's there, we'll be able to unearth the truth.
Like, it took me a while to find out the
Which
Moon Matrix
means-
is
Let's
changed.
go.
Another
Therapy
therapy
session.
session.
That's right.
I think Athena's
Time
Go.
travel.
Your
Oh,
Honor,
that's weird.
the defense requests that instead of a usual cross-examination, we conduct a therapy session in its place.
A therapy
Ooh.
session, you say? Well, I have no qualms about
You know, I
that.
just hope that, like, I hope the last
Prosecutor
I love
Luna,
therapy.
do you?
I the last one
We do not object to this idea, Your Honor.
Therapy is awesome.
Yeah,
The defense
this
wishes to do so.
gonna
so
prove
be it.
something because we already
Thank
knew
you.
in last
Thank you,
episode that
Prosecutor Luna.
her emotions were
Alright then.
conflicting.
In that case,
No, it's
I am
gonna prove
supposed
that he
to
killed
now.
Oh
himself.
god,
You are
she's not gonna consent to it. She's not gonna consent to it.
I
Therapy.
ugh,
think is the last
if
change.
that's the sort of look
No,
teachers
King
give when they're
Cuckoo,
about
don't
to scold
don't
you,
think that.
I think I might have
Don't
dodged
think
a
that. I
bullet
don't want
with
to
all
think
those
that.
days off.
That'd be awful.
Miss Fair Devotion, what's
Okay.
wrong?
Your Honor,
That would honestly be kind
Prosecutor
of funny.
Luna, surely after everything you've witnessed, you cannot seriously permit Miss Sykes to continue this charade.
Something's really wrong.
You?
Charade.
Oh,
That's
shit.
absolutely right.
That naivete,
charade.
that ignorance, that is what I mean.
Miss
I'm about to get
Devotion,
into a lot for a topic.
I believe it would benefit
topic
all of
before.
us if you would refrain from being coy.
Fine. Then allow me to
Ooh.
explain myself. Miss Sykes, why did you take this case?
Why? I mean, I did it because I wanted to defend Scootaloo and Turning Page.
Indeed. And
Yeah,
how have
something's
you
wrong
gone
with this
about
bear.
defending them? Let me offer you a fresh
I'm
reminder.
trying.
no.
Tank.
I'm starting to hate this character more and more.
I'm
The
trying.
first course of action you
Oh
undertook was
boy, here
accusing
comes the
Zakora. A
gaslighting.
ludicrous claim,
Oh,
to be
boy.
sure.
Well, maybe
One
gas
fact not
depending.
by
Color,
evidence,
green,
but by
Like,
conjecture.
is it
You were
Christmas?
perfectly
What do you
willing
think?
to besmirch Zakora's good name if it meant you could save Turning Page and Scootaloo.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
She knew about that though.
But
Following that, you turned to an even more fantastic avenue of explanation, boldly claiming that there were clones
Oh.
involved.
yes.
Oh
but
my.
this proof that there weren't any clones that night.
And that's my point.
Oh, you!
Your point?
Oh,
You made one assertion
Oh.
in the previous trial. Then at the end, you made a
her
completely
devotion's
different
awesome.
one.
I love her.
And here we are, rolling our eyes.
This is
at you
basically
changing your
trying
mind
to say that she's a
yet again.
fool.
Sakura is the killer. Oh, sorry.
Wait, I was
she
right.
wasn't actually. My mistake, Your Honor.
I'm trying to hate her.
Now that I think about it, that's not true at all, is it? Sorry, Prosecutor Luna.
Wait,
You've changed your entire
Call
stance so
Badgery
many times
already,
that I'm not sure you
Luna.
even know what you are trying to do.
I'm willing to.
on.
Yet, as if that wasn't enough, you began this case with the intention of defending my son.
These
And
two
now it would
grumpy
appear you
teachers
intend
like
on
don't do my
closing it
homework.
by doing the exact opposite. Accusing him of killing his own father. Why?
Because truth. The truth is cold.
Because he did it.
That's the truth.
Oh.
It's because it'd be the most convenient for you.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
bitch!
Mr.
I mean,
What do you
he's
say?
not.
Let me put it
That's funny.
plainly, Your Honor. Miss Sykes promised she would defend my son. Now she isn't. She has, in fact, made many promises throughout this trial, only to renege every single one. Each time you changed your argument, it was to pursue whatever narrative would, conveniently, make it look like you knew
Fine, it's a
exactly
raw
what you were
fire.
doing.
He's gonna have
I
more
have
fire.
half the
trolling.
mind to think that you went into this case
That
not to
rig.
defend my son, but in order to prove yourself as a lawyer. Well, you've proven something, all right. You've proven you'll stubbornly
that you're
stick to
a
your
person who
own
doesn't
theories,
Probably.
your own misguided notions, all in order to make yourself look capable. Even if it means going
She's
back
right,
on your
though.
word.
Yeah, that's the thing though.
Let me
She's
tell
not
you
wrong
something,
here.
Oh
Sykes.
my.
Any pony who does
She's
not
never
That's the
wrong.
most infuriating part about
knows
this.
the time of day.
Oh, you
Oh, yep, there we go.
asshole.
Miss Devotion, that is enough.
Like,
Is it?
who do
I'm
you think?
Let me
Pony.
ask you this, Prosecutor Luna.
We'll just
Do you
sell her
honestly
to a
believe what
pony
Miss
fair.
Sykes is now claiming?
Let
That
kids
Turning
ride on
Page
her or
killed his
something.
own father?
Yes.
Honestly take that at face value? Given her previous
Even
actions?
committed
Just because
crime.
I had a
It's-
past record
it
of
is a
breaking
most
computers when I
distressing
was 4
theory,
years old,
one that
doesn't
is
mean I don't.
difficult to
That doesn't
swallow.
mean I break
That may be
computers
quite
now.
the
I haven't
understatement
break
coming
a
from
single
you.
one ever
And
since
you,
then.
Princess
Terrible,
Twilight.
like some-
Oh no.
Oh.
not
You're
her.
a princess
That's
of
Twilight.
Oh
friendship,
shit,
aren't
that's
you?
just
That's
gaslighting
Twilight.
A
Twilight.
friend, a true friend, go as far as to accuse the pony
Oh,
she
you're
vowed to
gas-
save?
Oh,
Oh,
nah.
you.
Twilight.
You.
What about those in the
See,
gallery? Those who have
Elemental
been
ones,
watching this
Applejack,
trial since
help!
the very beginning.
Applejack!
You've
Oh,
seen
she's
exactly
calling us.
what I've
She's
seen.
calling us
Heard
out.
exactly what I've heard. Surely
Applejack,
you
have
cannot ignore how
honesty.
dubious
Remember
Miss
true.
Sykes appears.
Wait, Applejack,
She's no
don't just
lawyer
go
by any
Gaslighting.
She's a
measure.
little
No
fourth wall breaking.
psychologist.
say something.
She's merely a
Hate
child,
gaslight her
blindly
boss.
chasing equally blind ambition,
You're not doing
She
your
was
job.
only
no
following
regard
orders.
to how
Who
they'll
said
affect
it?
those around her. Isn't it time we stop
She was
pretending
only
to
following
think she's
what the
anything
evidence
but?
showed, you silly mare.
Mayor's right. That human has flip-flopped too many times.
Oh no! Why is the crowd on her side?
She's just
But the thing is, though, she isn't wrong in any of
Was that
it's annoying,
Cora?
but she's not exactly wrong here.
Man.
That's the infuriating part.
This is a political
Oh,
thriller.
there we go. Judge Ex
I do
Machina.
believe you've said quite
This is a
enough.
political
I
thriller
will
now.
not permit more
Yep.
slander
Too
in my
many
courtroom.
politics, too many.
Otherwise, I
Politics
will hold
class.
you in contempt.
Like, here's
This
what
is awful.
I
Serves you
understand,
right.
Your Honor. That was everything I needed to say
Oh,
anyway.
honor.
Let
She's
it
straight.
be so for the time being.
Thank
then.
you, Judge
Miss
the
Sykes,
Wilson
I do
here.
believe.
Exactly.
Miss
Wait, what?
Sykes.
What you're
No.
Oh god. Wait,
Oh,
what?
she blacked
Oh
out.
no,
Hell,
she's
You're
down,
kidding
she's
me.
She's
down.
the killer.
L
Plot
will.
twist, she's the killer.
What
Plot
am I
twist, she's the
doing?
killer.
I can't let Fair's words get to me.
Plot twist, she's
Game
the killer.
over.
Yet,
Come on,
She's
man.
the killer.
Tina
Right.
has more
the
resolve
only
than
pony
this.
who could
That's
have killed
bitch.
Royal Order was his son. Turning Page.
Someone write in the chat.
Dirty Pink is a clone.
How in one moment those words
I've
Kill
seen.
Turning Page killed
and
his
then
mom.
in the next, they sound only empty and hollow.
Empty and
I can't
hollow.
Why
deny
do
it.
we, like, honestly,
It was my
why
arrogance,
do we,
my
like,
hubris, my relentless unwillingness to look at the greater
Has a
picture that
clone.
led us
Not the
today.
emotional damage.
Dream
Using
Page
Turning
is the
Page.
clone. Dun,
To
dun,
keep back what we
dun.
promised to him.
That'd be a
And
shocking twist.
now, not even those who I
like,
thought were on
fair
my side can
devotion,
stand
more
by
like
me.
unfair
Prosecutor
devotion.
Luna, you believed in turning and Scootaloo's innocence.
Wow.
Come on.
You trusted that I would prove it to the court.
We get
I
a
can't
character
even begin to
selection
wonder how
screen.
you're feeling. How
Come on, we need.
betrayed you must
Okay.
be. Would 1,000 apologies across 1,000 nights ever make things right? And you,
Shut up.
Twilight, you, who
Be
said you'd
quiet.
stand by my side to the very end.
No
Was
spoilers.
this what you had in mind?
One thing,
The
like,
two of
the
us
emotional
facing the
care.
SMH,
consequences of my actions
Like,
yet again.
You don't have the emotional
this
crisis when
pain,
you're
this
supposed to
suffering.
be when you're 40,
Because I
okay?
couldn't face the
Don't do
truth
that.
until it was
You did try
staring
to
me
do that
right
when
in
he
the
was way
Where's
face,
John
younger. Don't do
Egbert?
that.
leaving us with
Don't do that.
what
Don't do that.
exactly? If
Don't
we
do that.
accept what Fair's saying,
Or I'm gonna punch you in the
if
face,
we
okay?
accept
I
her
have 3
lie,
fingers. I'm gonna
then
break this
You
window
sound
right
very,
Turning
very
will be
young,
free.
young little pony.
Fair will be
here.
banished
Dude, this,
forever,
you sound like you're
leaving
5
him
years old.
alone. But if we reject the lie
Just kidding, no.
in favor of the truth, that
Leave me
he
out
was the one who
playing out on the
killed his
grass
father,
in the fields, playing with other little
won't that be
ponies.
just as bad?
Looking for your cutie mark.
Fair will be
Come
let go,
on.
but
Hurry
turning.
up.
Come on.
Yawn.
Okay, that
Wait.
hurts.
Can I ask you to do
Flashback.
something, Miss Sykes?
Ernie, what are you about to tell us? Tell
Whatever
us.
happens in this trial, please
Help my mom.
help my mom.
Huh?
I
No
want
matter the
pizza.
My
cost.
mom will not
That's
matter
something that we
Those are keywords.
This must be
Keyword
what you were
alert.
referring
is
to.
innocent.
alert.
You knew your mom would pull something like this,
Keyword alert.
but you don't want her to
Keyword
take the blame
alert.
for you.
Keyword
Private
alert.
Eye and Sugar
Keyword
Sting,
alert.
you both look scared too. But you must know that it's the truth, that Turning killed his father. You must know. And equally, you must not know what to do
This
about it.
is like
And you,
very rare for
Fair
cases.
Devotion,
Like usually
you
in
look
Ace
confident.
Attorney,
Kill the
You
child.
think you can do this.
the
And
only like
take the
a few
blame for your
times
husband's murder, all in order to
he
protect your
was
son.
he failed the
But
case.
your heart and the discord in
You
it,
know,
they're telling me otherwise. You're hurting having to do this.
and that's
Everyone.
across all the series.
Twilight, Luna, Fair Devotion,
That's
Wow.
all.
Private Eye,
That's Lonely Phoenix,
Sugar
right?
Stamp, Turning Page, Scootaloo, me. Everyone is hurting
Yeah,
because of this case.
Listen, man, like,
There isn't a single good outcome.
I don't care
Whatever I
about.
do
What was
next,
that
it's gonna
noise?
result in
Or
us losing
Anthem.
something.
But what am I
He's
willing
done
to
with this
lose?
everything.
This
The solution is everybody. Everyone's on the
This ending feels like the ending of case 2, the final case in case 2.
Trial.
Case 2 in which game? Or in this?
The final case in case 2.
I kind of skipped it. I skipped most of it and just learned that was a suicide.
need to bomb the whole courtroom.
Spoiler alert!
Bombing. I love bombing.
Were involved. All because I thought this was about winning and losing.
I really...
Is it? Is being a lawyer about winning the case every
No, it's about
time?
finding the truth.
No,
Mhm.
of course not. That's why I ended up accusing Turning Page. Being a lawyer isn't about shouting objections. It's not about pointing fingers or slamming desks.
Then what's this whole series about?
With a fancy display of logic and
And
reasoning.
go use this case to grow from.
There you go.
In the
Here's
first
clearly
place.
never watched Better Call
I'm
Saul.
not paying attention the last 5 minutes.
I became a lawyer because
I wanted to find the truth.
I want to know
She
something.
watched Better Call Saul. That's
I didn't even want to be a lawyer when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
You know,
The
we
main
did
reason why I
take
studied
the
law and
Diaries
psychology in
did
the
take
first
down
place
a
was
big
because I wanted to
mafia
save a
back
dear
100
friend.
years ago.
Yep.
because
He was
taxes.
accused and convicted of murdering my mother when I was
What
younger.
was the taxes?
Better Call
I
Saul.
fought as hard as I could so I could free him.
You afraid?
I didn't become a
Oh.
lawyer because I wanted to win. I became a lawyer because I wanted to save someone. And in
Amazing
saving them,
line,
I wanted to
indeed.
save and show to the world the truth I always knew existed. Have I always known that? Maybe I have. But that doesn't matter. Trials and courtrooms, lawyers and clients,
Oh, what happened,
innocence or
Monkey?
guilt, it's not about what you're willing to lose. It's about what you're willing to save.
There's the confidence.
What's that look on your
You
face?
just have to revalidate yourself a bit.
That was the most roundabout way to give yourself a pep talk.
Is correct. I am naive. I am reckless. And I have, consistently, changed my stance throughout this case. And I recognize that that makes me look hopelessly lost. Like I have no idea what I'm doing.
Here we go.
Paradox.
Maybe I don't. Maybe half the time, it feels like
He's
I'm
gonna
stumbling in the
figure
dark.
out the case.
fumbling
I don't think that's something you want to say in
And the
the
moment
courtroom.
I find it and flip it on,
I'm sorry for
it
all the
becomes
shouting I'm
apparent
doing,
that how
guys.
this
I'm really
trial
into
has
this.
progressed, with all of its twists and turns, is mostly my fault. I accept and admit that much.
Trials and
Is that
tribulations.
so?
Oh man, that's
Well,
such
I
a missed
am glad you at
opportunity.
least have the maturity to take some measure of
That'd
responsibility.
be awesome.
Yes,
Good game.
but even so, though I accept that I've made many mistakes, I refuse to let that stop me.
There we go.
There we go.
There's
It
Athena.
doesn't matter what you think of me, Fair Devotion. If you really
This
do
song
consider me
sounds like
nothing but a child,
it's from Homestuck.
it doesn't matter if the gallery or court agree.
Music is
What
getting
matters
hype.
is that I resolve to continue down this path I've started us on. In pursuit of the one and only truth, no matter what you or any pony else has to say about me.
Athena?
I see. Then that must mean you understand what I've said is the truth?
Far from it.
Excuse me?
I know you want us to accept that it is the truth, Miss Devotion, and I know why you need it to be. But I can tell you from personal experience, taking the blame for someone else's crime is a short-term solution that can only end in tragedy later down the line. And that may be fine to you, but it's not fine to me.
Oh.
It wasn't
Angry.
then,
Fair
and it won't be now or
kill.
ever again.
Like, we want the,
What?
like, truth.
Nice.
In
Nice.
that case,
Wait.
Miss
Ladies and
Switch,
gentlemen, we got
what
her.
will your next course of action be?
God,
If you don't mind, Your
Oh,
Honor,
oh, oh, oh,
I'd
oh.
actually like to discuss that with my co-counsel before I say anything else.
Very well. Though, please be quick about it.
yay.
All right.
We've
Yay.
spent
Hopefully that's convinced
500
Fair that I'm
days
not
in this
backing down
trial.
any
We
longer.
need to go home.
That just leaves Twilight.
Want to go home.
Yeah, Athena?
Read some
The
Those
few
words
things-
must have shaken her up
Like-
quite
like-
badly.
Will you rewatch?
Okay.
Will you rewatch?
I need to be clear about this.
Once
want
it's
to be
all,
upfront
once
about
this
this.
is all done, will
I'm
we,
going
like,
to push for
will there
using
be
the
a
Nice.
mood
Blood.
matrix on Fair's
Yeah,
testimony.
let's
but
watch all of it.
I want to
Let's
know
do
what
it.
you want to do.
Yeah,
What I want?
like I
Why me?
Because
tapped
we're a
the-
team. Everything we've
first
gone
case.
through, the good and the bad, every mistake, every
It
triumph,
was boring to me.
we share that
Well, someone had to do
responsibility.
it. Elliot,
I
you
know
did.
that right now, you're
Like, I
feeling
really wish
scared
I
about that
could do it, but this
responsibility.
was a taste
Let's see
I
this.
understand.
Alright?
You
can do it.
You
can
may
do
be a
it.
little uncertain.
Air
but
Our
of
teamwork.
Keep
Honestly,
trusting
kind
me.
of fair.
No, and finally catching this thing.
Even
No,
if that
this
is the
really-
case, I
like,
want
this
you
is
to
my
know
really.
I fully
like,
believe that using the mood
I
matrix will
really
lead to the
know.
best outcome. That if
Like,
something
everyone's
goes wrong,
smiling, sad.
and if there are
This
consequences
is
to
literally
this,
a murder case.
it won't be
A
just you
child
facing
being
them.
killed. And
Air.
he's
Including me as well.
smiling.
In good times
Come
and
on.
in bad,
For a
I
case about a
promise you,
child, this is
I'll
so
share
in
those
depth.
burdens.
No, definitely. I mean,
matter
it's been
what.
9 parts.
But I don't want to push
Night
you
of
to take
life.
on this task with me if you don't want to. That's why I'm asking what you want to do. And if you want us to do something else, we'll do that together too.
Wait,
Aww.
Together.
You're certain that using the mood matrix is the best course of action?
Positive. No matter what Fear Devotion
Air
thinks.
of mind.
Or maybe it'd be more accurate to say it's precisely because of what she thinks.
Then I'm game. Let's do it,
There
Luna.
you go.
And whatever happens
There we
next,
go. Let's
happens
tear this
next.
bitch a new one.
Thank you, Twilight.
Defense, the court would like to have your answer.
wait, I
Your Honor,
Wow.
the defense stands by its request to conduct a therapy session
like,
with Miss Devotion.
actually.
What?
Whoa.
That's absurd! After
Good.
everything you've done, why
justice?
should I be subjected to such
I can't
treatment?
Thursday for her. Good
Objection!
job. Objection.
Witness, it may be true that the defense's position
Here
has been
we
flawed since the
go.
beginning of this case. Be that as
Luna,
it may,
wait,
the position is
Luna,
irrelevant in the matters
I
of the
won't-
courtroom.
wait,
Evidence
Luna
is what
like,
counts.
really, like,
And the
I-
evidence the defense
like,
has put
wouldn't Luna
forth,
usually be like
at the very least,
Why-
shows
why-
that
why
there
is
is
Celeste
more
gonna
going
be
on
gay?
here than
Like-
what you claim. To
prostitution.
that end,
That would
Must
actually
be a
the
prosecutor.
prosecution wholeheartedly
Man.
supports the
It
defense's
would
There
be
you
so
position.
go.
Let's go,
Hey,
Luna.
So
Court
good.
agrees.
It would be cool to see like some
Fine.
prosecution.
I suppose I can
Since all
tolerate
of
these
them are
antics a
very
little
good.
longer.
Yeah,
Miss
the
Sykes,
extra
you may begin your therapy session when
I
you are
think
ready.
that could actually work as like a
Mr. Beast.
Here we
No,
Your
go.
Honor,
Here we
Mood
go.
All
matrix
right,
We
time.
also
do
part of the
this.
games. Let's go.
Finally, man.
Finally.
Now, the
game
juicy
time.
part.
So
Let's
impressive.
get into our head already.
Athena.
See what's going on
It's
there.
amazing.
It's more amazing than what we have in the whole
that's my mother for you.
Okay.
She and the
Come on,
engineer
help
she
me.
worked with were a great
Wait,
team.
Real
remember-
And
gamers
it's
are in the
thanks
house
to
now.
them
Remember?
that we have the ability to clear up this testimony.
Imagine if like a scene. What if like what if
100 noise.
That's a
Alright.
lot of noise.
What?
though.
Wow.
Yeah, I expected as much.
I mean,
Miss Devotion is
Imagine-
desperately
It's
trying to
always-
keep everything under wraps.
100% no matter what.
But we can't let that stop
Paul
us.
gave his bracelet
And we
with-
won't.
Mr. Beast.
Time to kiss this
Right?
noise goodbye.
And
Yeah.
I gave it the necklace. Okay.
I thought that was the video buffering for a second.
Bruh.
My
Bruh.
husband reported us to Froggy Bottom Bog to search for our son.
This was leaked, remember?
Finding
Sad.
nothing, we
Oh,
decided
yeah.
to travel up the path to the
Anger.
crossroads.
props to the artist.
Afterwards to the Nightmare Knight statue.
We're angry and sad.
During our search,
Angry.
we
Oh,
began to talk
anger
about turning page.
surprise.
It was a
Anger,
difficult
surprise,
topic,
sad.
one that erupted into a bit of an argument.
That's fair,
Yeah,
honestly.
the surprise.
Got it.
Was
What-
it
what's
a
the
surprise?
exchange
Miss
Oh no,
Devotion,
she's going after the
This
anger.
argument you had,
Oh, she's
it
going
must
after
have
that
gotten you
anger? That
very
doesn't make sense,
angry.
you know?
Dude, I
Obviously.
I love
She's
arguing.
also going after the surprise
And
as
yet,
well.
I couldn't help but notice you sounded sad
You
and
Yeah,
shocked,
she
along
literally
with
killed
being
someone.
angry.
Oh, lag.
Is there
No.
any
God.
reason why that comes to mind?
None whatsoever. Your
Fucking
little
idiot.
toy must be wrong. I distinctly recall being angry and nothing else.
That was admittedly a long shot, especially since she's trying to cover everything up. Still, I
Still.
wonder, what even incited the
Toy.
argument in the first place?
Toy.
I know she said that they didn't find anything. but
Imagine.
what
Toy,
if they
dude, that
did?
is a toy.
And what if it led them to talking
But-
about turning page? At any rate, you say you were angry
What
with
did they
Royal
talk
Order?
about?
Beyond angry, furious in fact, to the point that I didn't even have to think when I kicked him into the statue.
Oh, beat.
Kicked him?
Hmm.
As like a person
That's
who
odd.
grew up like
If you kicked him
Like,
hard enough for him to be
even-
impaled at the statue's
Oh,
base,
Waddle. They wanted
then
you to
how
get
do
turned.
you
How do you
explain
explain this?
That's Royal's armor.
Indeed.
Noise.
But surely,
It
looking
sounds
at
like
it,
noise.
you can see
is
why
it
I need an
good?
explanation
So
for what we
noise.
found on it.
This noise is the problem.
Forgive me,
Noise.
Miss Sykes. Could
Like-
you explain to the court what you mean?
Gladly, Your Honor. Look
Is
at the
there
left
ever gonna be a
side.
game version
Do you
of
see that
this?
dent?
If there's
I
a game,
do.
sorry, I gotta play.
Does that dent look like it was made by a set of
I think
hooves?
it would be enjoyable. Really wish we could.
No. It looks more like something somewhat rectangular
I
struck
couldn't even. I couldn't.
Oh, hey!
No!
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 Video!
Hey, guys, it's over. That was it.
That's it. You gotta repeat that smart take 5, guys. Done.
Yeah, see you guys next time.
It's a
See
wrap.
you next week.
Yeah, I have to set it up.
Who's the killer?
See you. You.
I'm the killer. I killed all of you.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back, please.
It's the sword.
It was him. He did it.
No, bring it
Killer
back.
was Joe Swanson.
Yo.
Oh, yep.
Oh, there we go. Okay, we're behind a good amount now.
Yeah, we're very behind.
Matter.
Oh my goodness.
Oh well.
Okay.
It's gonna be the same length anyway.
Meaning the dent could not have come from some pony kicking the armor,
Sorry,
as Miss
don't pull
Devotion has
around
just
us.
claimed.
Shut up. Calm down. Oh my god.
That's right.
I can't hear him.
We crashed again.
Dude, I love Chrome so much.
Here, I'll start it. I got.
Honestly, we could all just watch it on our own since it's been crashing. So
I
it's
love
yeah.
Chrome.
So does that mean? Hang on. Does that mean you'll have to leave the watch party?
Yeah.
I guess so.
It's over. That's it.
I think I can.
It's all over.
Based on what the mood matrix revealed, and how I've already claimed that turning is the real culprit,
Someone else do it.
then the
Here, don't worry, I'm doing it.
The armor must have been.
Take that.
Stop
Turning
pissing your
one
pants.
wooden sword.
That's just not possible. Turning wasn't anywhere near the Nightmare Knight statue. Plus, he had his sword with him the whole night, remember?
That makes sense
He
from what I
certainly
can
had it when he
see.
attacked
I wish you didn't pause it
More
and
than
lose
that,
it
though,
because I
let me
lost track of
finish
what's
for you,
going
Miss
on here.
Devotion. You're about to say that afterwards, Turning
did kill
couldn't
his
have used his
father. Oh,
sword.
no.
Is that right?
Wait.
Ah.
Why do you say that, Miss
Whoa.
Sykes?
Because, Your Honor, Turning's
Wait.
sword broke when he hit Diamond
Wait,
Tiara
would you
during the
rather have
blackmail
it-
exchange.
Wait, what is?
Broke.
Exactly my point. Even if Turning was near the statue, he could not have used his sword to attack
character,
Royal Order.
Which I thought
That would appear to be the case,
Turns out
sure.
I only have
But
four
that becomes entirely
So I-
irrelevant when we consider a couple of factors.
Irrelevant?
Right. Turning Page is a unicorn. You just admitted to us that he can teleport. So, he could have used his magic to teleport to the statue at some point, bringing his sword with him.
And more than that, he also could have used his magic to
And-
hold the pieces of his sword together. If he teleported there after he attacked Diamond Tiara, he could still have used the sword to attack Royal Order. It would have been just as effective in two pieces held together by magic as it would have been whole.
But teleporting to the statue would have required that he knew where the statue was. What proof is there that he'd ever been there?
That's easy. He would have gone there many times, thanks to a certain Nightmare Night tradition.
Yes.
Nightmare Night. It's a holiday where fillies and colts
Yep,
go from
and
house
it
to house collecting
matches.
candy. And
You
then,
just
at
confirmed
the
that.
end of the night,
Yep.
we all come here and give up some of our candy so that
So are they
Nightmare
saying
Moon
that
won't gobble
Turning
us
killed
up.
him?
I swear that last part.
Since that tradition involves
I
bringing
love-
candy to the statue,
Because I'm a little lost.
it's not
Noise
unreasonable
level
to
down
think
to
that
80.
at some point,
Noise
Turning
level.
would have visited
Bro,
it
if you're
during the
ahead,
holiday.
stop.
He's down to
Stop
95.
being ahead.
Yeah, you don't want to
Honor,
spoil.
the defense requests that the dent in the armor be tested against the sword. I believe it will show that the two are a perfect match. I'd also
We'll
like to pause the
see.
current therapy session until this test is done. Is that okay?
Granted, and yes, that's fine by me. Prosecutor
Okay,
Luna?
Luna?
I see no problem with either of these requests.
Very well. Bailiff, make haste with this test.
What happened?
Stop.
How long do you think they were waiting for?
Bailiff, what do the results say?
They're waiting 2 years.
As defense claimed, Your Honor, the sword does match the shoulder dent found on the left side of the armor.
Wow.
My main question is why would you go through all the teleportation
They're all
and all
blown
that
away
stuff?
by
Do you have
this
an explanation for this?
information.
Fine, I concede. That
I-
sword, it was
Big
found at the
words.
statue. In fact, it was what started the argument in the first place.
No, it was. Oh, it was 80.
Ooh.
Well, we got
Hey,
into it a bit.
If it was at the statue, then that must mean Turning Page had
20%.
indeed gone there that night.
20%
Turning?
for a child toy.
Huh? Yes,
Wait.
Miss Sykes?
Did you eat your dad?
Before we continue with your mother's therapy session,
No.
I need
That's
to ask you
awesome.
something. Could you elaborate on what happened at the statue exactly?
No?
Yeah,
They,
sure.
Mr. Beast filming
No.
After
went
Scootaloo
wrong.
and I left the blackmail deal, I wanted to get ahead of her, to make sure she'd be okay. So, I thought I'd try and teleport. But the problem was, I didn't know a lot of places in the forest. There was the bog, but that would have meant more time walking.
So you chose to teleport to the statue?
Uh-huh. I figured that, even if I had to walk back along the path to catch up to Scootaloo, it'd still be faster than running the whole way. But
Scooty
when
is
I
still adorable
teleported to the
me.
statue, I heard voices coming. I recognized
Aha.
them. They were Mom and Dad's. And they were coming way too quickly for me to charge another teleport.
Why didn't you
So,
not say this
I ducked
before?
behind the statue to hide from them. But
Oh.
I forgot to take my sword with me.
Wait a
It
minute.
was too late to grab it. I heard them come,
No,
and
wait.
when they saw my sword,
Oh,
they began to argue.
That explains the shock.
Is this? Oh no. No, 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 no. Please, no!
Fair? What is it?
Royal
His
Order
sword, Royal.
has
I
a
found
voice.
his sword.
Finally, he's given a
No one will
voice.
leave it behind. Unless...
Whoa, hang on a second. I'm sure nothing bad's happened to him.
Well, this is the first time we're hearing his
Bad.
voice.
Are you serious?
He has a
We're in the
voice. He has a
Forest.
voice.
Nothing
He sounds
That's actually kind of crazy that it's been so long,
Kid,
and we
he
have the
wouldn't
first
let
time we're hearing his
himself fall
voice.
victim to some forest monster.
Wouldn't let himself. Do you hear yourself, Royal? If anything happened to Turning, it'd be your fault and you know it!
My fault? What are you talking about?
Oh, don't you play innocent with me. It's your fault for insisting that you do all your training with him in the Celestia Forsaken Forest. If you hadn't done that...
If I hadn't done that, then Turning would not be ready to join the guard when the time comes.
He's a child, Royal! Stars above! How can you be so blind to that?
I'm not blind to that.
Furthermore, do you have any idea how your training has been affecting him? Do you have any idea what he's done? He's got some reckless hero complex now, and I do mean reckless! Earlier, he attacked Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon. You remember them, don't you? Or at least their parents?
I do.
Then you shouldn't be surprised to know that just before you came home, that snobby spoiled rich ransomed us for all our savings. In order to pay for the dresses our son ruined. I had to cancel our Hearts and Hooves dinner just to start saving up enough money to pay her off. A dinner, may I remind you, that had been planned for a while.
I just want to help Turning.
So sad.
We're Royal Order.
Sure. And how exactly are you doing that? Being away from home all the time. Not disciplining Turning when you are around?
You're making it sound
Fair's
like I'm
right,
the only
though.
one who should be disciplining him. You're his mother.
Royal's right
Whom he
too.
doesn't listen to. A mother whom he won't give even a
Both
moment's
of them are right.
consideration. All because she wants him to attend school. That kind of mother?
Even so, fair. You know why I've had to work away from home more this past year.
This family
I can't
sucks.
just ignore my duties.
This family's
especially
a-
of all times.
So you choose your job over your own family?
That's not what he said.
It's not that simple.
That's fair.
It's complicated.
This
That's
is
not that
exactly why
fair.
Turning needs to be disciplined more. So that he can understand what it means to have more responsibility.
They both need therapists.
Mom and Dad continued to argue. They just kept getting angrier and angrier. Until I took the sword that was lying at the scene and struck Royal Order in the side.
What?
That resulted in
You
him being knocked
interrupted
into
him.
the statue. And then dying.
Ain't what happened.
Bruh.
I don't believe that.
I don't know about that, buddy.
Turning. I want to hear what happened after the argument in your own words, without your mother interrupting you.
Yeah.
Let him cook.
Oh, he's so
no.
scared.
Oh,
Oh,
shoot.
no. So
He's
scared.
climbed up again. How can I
Poor
convince
kid.
him to talk?
Pestering
You have to
him
break his
won't
mother
change
first.
Facts, Miss
You probably have to
Sykes.
put
It is
Bear out of the
exactly
room
as I have
first.
said it to
Just
be.
be able to hear
I
the kid.
attacked Royal Order and killed him using Turning Sword. Nothing
Sword,
else needs to be
no.
explained.
Objection.
Help!
Nothing
A lot of
more
things
so.
need to be explained.
Then what about the fact that Turning was later found behind the victim on the crossroads?
That is entirely inconsequential to this trial.
No, it
Say
is
again.
not.
This trial is to determine Sweetie Belle's guilt or innocence. My
What?
confession
Innocence?
proves the latter.
Guilty.
This trial
No,
has gone on
that-
long
that-
enough for
that
you
is still
attempting to take our
relevant.
focus off of that. I demand that this
Wow.
comes to an end.
Sweetie Belle's
Here
back on trial
and
again.
now.
No.
I'm afraid you cannot determine that for us, Miss Devotion.
Let's go,
The
Judge.
court will decide that when we believe it is most appropriate.
You also seem to have forgotten that we are still technically in the middle of your therapy session, witness.
Oh, so I'm just witness to you now.
Miss Sykes chose to interrupt it to both request an analysis and hear from
Just
your
go
son.
watch it here.
However,
Here, the YouTube is
said
too
therapy
far
session
ahead
was
now.
not brought to its conclusion, and thus must continue.
Yeah, that's also what I kind of
It
figured.
doesn't matter at this point.
Yes, objection.
Deflection!
You, perhaps not. The same cannot be said for myself and the defense, though. Am I correct, Miss Sykes?
Completely.
Therefore, witness,
Team up.
you will do this therapy session, and you will do it post-haste. There will be no more delays.
Hell yeah, badass Luna.
Fine.
Well,
Let's get this
She's gonna
pointless
break that
exercise out of
wall
the way
apart,
then.
isn't she?
All right. Info update.
Here we go.
An argument
Let's
between
clean
the
this.
Royal Order and myself broke out because we found Turning Sword
This
at the
part
statue.
explains the surprise.
Well, yeah, they
In
probably
a
thought
blind
they found
rage,
the sword.
I used that sword to hit my husband.
She's
causing
still
him to fall
surprised.
over
What?
Into the statue,
She's still surprised.
eliciting a clang.
Oh no.
And
It was accidental.
Got it.
The sadness.
GOT.
You're saying when you hit your
Clang.
husband, he made a clanging sound on impact?
Clong.
So she didn't
Mr.
attempt murder. She
Yes?
accidentally
What
killed
about
him.
it?
I noticed that while you were saying that, your anger and sadness subsided a little. Meanwhile, your shock remained just as intense.
Yep.
Why is that?
Clearly, it's because I was reacting to knocking Royal Order into the statue. I didn't
Clearly,
think
your
I
choice
had it in me,
broken.
nor was it something
Clearly.
I intended.
I
Clearly.
don't buy that. That
I
clang
got
has
that
got to be
random
the
Yeah,
source of
material
why
that's the
she was
thing.
so shocked.
His
Who
body was
else
moved
would that be the
everywhere. Who,
strongest
said, who
emotion
knows
here?
that maybe he was alive still
But if
for
that's
a
the
little
case,
bit.
then why would she be shocked if it wasn't because she hit her husband? Maybe it was because she didn't think she'd hear the clang in the first place? Because she was
What is it
somewhere
with this
where
clang?
she wouldn't
It's
have thought
clang.
there'd be any. In other words, she wasn't on the scene when it sounded. And if that's the
Oh
case,
no.
You appear troubled by the witness's last statement, Miss Sykes. Have you some kind of rebuttal?
in a manner of
I
speaking,
mean, the
yes,
report
Prosecutor
was
Luna.
outdated.
When
Oh
Miss
it was
Devotion
not
heard
very
the
long.
clang, I don't think
It's
she was
about
actually at the
2
statue.
years outdated.
I think that after the fight,
That
she
you may
might
be
have run
right,
off.
Foolish.
I see.
Oh.
Then her reaction.
For her
Hmm.
to be as shocked as she was when
That's
she
so
heard it,
rude, man. How
that
could you
clang
say
must have
that
been
about this person?
extremely loud. It would have surprised her, and she would have rushed back to the scene to find out what had happened. In other words,
Oh.
Miss Devotion didn't make the clang
Well,
by hitting her
out.
husband. Something
Something
else did.
else did.
And this
It was
thing,
another pony.
what would
Oh.
it be?
Honestly, this week I wouldn't be
Only be
surprised.
turning page. While Fair was away, he would have come out from behind the statue, encountering his father there. He then used his magic to temporarily fix his sword and swing it into Royal Order, knocking him into the statue and creating that indentation.
Oh no.
By accident.
That's an
I
awful
believe
lot
it
of
was by
speculation,
accident.
defense.
I recognize that. But it'd be easy enough for us to clear
She's
up.
gonna block it
If we
again.
simply
Simply
ask
ask
Turning to
Turning to.
Action! You want to
Oh my-
ask my son to support whatever you claim your
Oh my
little
God.
gadget there is saying?
Emblem failed, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And what makes you think I would let him do that? Or that any pony should
this
let
like
you ask him
Fortnite?
to do that? Isn't there a chance that the data is already skewed in your favor?
Fair.
No.
No.
Oh my.
Your Honor,
God.
Miss Sykes has said can't be remotely trusted. Her evidence that Turning Page knocked Royal Order into a statue comes from what exactly? The idea that I was shocked by the clang?
Oh my.
Because apparently I was somewhere else when I heard it? And
I'm-
that evidence.
I mean, the whole point is that
from
she needs to prove the
programmers
evidence,
Miss Sykes
so...
can access and control. She can tell it whatever she wants it to say.
I really don't like
she
this
claims that
character.
gadget says. How do we know she isn't just obscuring the facts with her device?
Stop being a Karen, holy hell.
That is not how the thing works.
Isn't it? Then let me ask you this. Who else is able to use that device?
Well, it'd just be me.
Yeah.
Really? Just you? No pony else? Not your co-counsel? Not the
He's
prosecution?
the only one
Not the
who's had a big
judge?
enough brain to question this thing.
No.
Oh my.
He's literally questioning Ace Attorney mechanics right now.
Party able to operate that thing
She's
that you wear
meta,
around your
bro.
neck remains you.
Exactly.
Then the court should be under no
She's so
obligation to
meta.
take you at your word.
Please,
After
someone
all,
reject this.
why should any pony trust some pony who weaves a web of knowledge only they can access?
You know, I should ask you the same
She
thing.
has a point.
You arcade.
In the previous trial, only that human could use that weird smiley thingamajig.
Thingamajig.
And she used it in
Yeah,
order to
wait,
declare
they're
her
right, though.
Is
innocent.
that Mr. G?
Does that mean
Thingamajig.
she's
He
capable
said
of
that was
using it to
Mr.
declare another
Yo,
That was
Mr. G.
Mr. Beast.
Really
That
pulling out all
was.
the stops here, just to keep me from pushing forward. It's uncanny.
Uncanny.
I can't
This
believe
definitely
it.
far more cunning than I gave her credit for.
He said Thingamajig.
With
We
her
need to ban this
sound
guy.
mind. But I won't shirk from this,
Come on.
no matter how much she pushes me.
That's the British in him.
Even if you have your
He could have
reservations about
said
the mood
whatchamacallit,
matrix, Miss
that would've been
Devotion,
better.
I still stand by its usefulness in court. And I
Do
know
hickey.
I'm not alone. My co-counsel, Princess Twilight, and Prosecutor Luna have both seen what this device can do. And His Honor has as well.
What? I
If
say
you
that?
can't trust me with it, then surely you can trust them.
Who I put my trust in is irrelevant, Miss Sykes.
Sure
What
it
matters
is.
is that you have
Sure.
it your
Sure.
choice
Shut
of
up,
something
bro.
which cannot be
Sure.
scrutinized by the rest of us.
That's
Not
not
that
cap.
sort of
Just don't
blindness.
shut up.
A court, in good faith, cannot accept such blatantly biased tools and techniques if it is to conduct itself in accordance with its very principles.
But it isn't blatantly biased. The moon matrix reflects the emotions of those
Based?
that use it on.
It's based.
It's merely showing the court what you're truly feeling.
Showing us isn't proving it to us. If you want to prove that I felt shocked for the reasons you said, you cannot just say it's because of what you saw or heard on that thing.
Oh my.
Evidence. Real,
There we go.
tangible, concrete evidence.
Alright,
to bet
bitch,
you
you
can't
asked
do
for it.
Oh, you got that now.
There isn't really anything concrete I can use to prove my theory. After all, there's nothing I can show
I
that
don't think
proves
you should
who
say
hit
that.
Royal Order. All we know for certain is that some pony did, with that sword. But it could equally have been fair or turning. Well, I might not be able to do that now.
Hang on, wait.
But
I remember something that
ask some
Phoenix
pony
does.
else. Twilight?
What do you mean by that?
Oh.
I mean, well, if the issue is that we ourselves don't know what exactly happened at the statue,
And we can just ask
we should
Turning
ask some
Day.
pony who says they witnessed it first hoof.
Wait, Sugar Stamp.
Sugar Stamp.
Sugar
Stamp? Earlier, Miss Devotion claimed that you saw what had happened at the statue.
Come on,
Can you
Sugar.
tell us
Save
what
the
exactly
case.
you witnessed then?
Aha!
I don't
No,
want.
don't.
I mean,
Don't be intimidated.
she. It's fine, Sugar Stamp. You need to tell her. You know you have to.
Yo, what?
Letting her?
This is kind of sus.
Then yeah,
What?
I saw it.
Bro, Air Devotion really
Saw
let her
what
cook.
exactly?
I saw Fair hit Royal Order with that sword.
What? No! can't be right. Sugar Stamp, please. You can't lie to us.
She's not lying, Miss Sykes.
Shut up. No
We're
one
not
expect
asking
me to
you.
believe.
Please,
SM.
stop it already!
She's
Oh.
crying. Oh no, Sugar.
Why are you doing this, Miss Sykes? I just want to protect my family. The family I have left. Why can't you just see that?
Oh my. Emerald's gonna hate
Dive and I.
What is it now?
We're grasping at straw here.
Just think about what you've
Is
been
this like
hearing.
a feud?
You have to
Like,
know it's
Why
a
are you
lie.
asking this
There
guy?
must be something you can add to help me prove that. Something you can testify to. An explanation you can give.
His credibility has already been
I-
disproven, though.
I'm sorry, Miss Sykes.
He's on
So
her
now
side
he's-
too.
She's gonna go through every single person here and be like,
We're
come
gonna
on.
end
Yeah,
right?
come on.
Bad
No
ending?
one's gonna give a
She
chance.
is. She's really going like, come on,
Oh.
you got
Mel, why are you
Good.
crying?
No!
Athena!
This can't be
I'm
the
right.
end.
I know.
There's got to be another way out of this. There's
Think of it from a
got to be.
different
Oh,
direction.
Pearson
None
knows
of them will help
something.
me. But maybe the last one. Maybe he'll. Turning page. What?
You.
Haven't you badgered my son enough for one trial, Miss Sykes?
Listen to me, Turning, please. You remember what you told me in the lobby before today's trial?
Oh, going back to
Yeah.
that.
What he told you?
Oh, she doesn't know.
I can't do that on my own. Not without your help. But you've got to speak up and tell us what really happened, even if it looks like things will end badly.
That's enough, Miss Sykes. Your Honor, I want the defense held in contempt of court for the sheer ludicrousness of their behavior.
Ludicrous.
I killed my
That
own
guy's
mother,
in Fast and
Turning.
Furious.
Athena!
Yeah.
Miss Sykes?
Oh,
What did you...
boy.
Instead of
Yeah.
me getting the guilty verdict, someone very close to me, took the
Oh,
blame.
Oh.
Even though
Enough
both he
with
and I knew
that.
he didn't really kill her.
Yeah.
For years, I've had to live with that guilt. Feeling as it wormed its way into my very being and destroyed any sense of self-worth I had. It took me years to find a way to stop that from happening. But can you imagine that? Years upon years, wave upon wave of crushing guilt, with no end in sight. Unwilling and unable to face the reality of what had happened. That's gonna happen to you, Turning. That guilt will eat you up without mercy and spit you out as a shell of your former self. It'll destroy you, like it very nearly destroyed me.
Oh, you have the black
Call back.
sidewalks.
But unlike me, you didn't have a chance to prevent that from happening. You have that chance. You can stop the cycle of pain. You can prevent more lies, more half-truths, more guilt. Whatever happened, it took your father from you. But whatever happens now, don't let it take your soul too.
Like demons.
Wise
Turning.
words, Athena.
Don't do this for me.
Don't
Do
find the
this for your father, for your mother, for
Well, that's what he
Scootaloo,
will.
every pony you hold dear.
Let's go, Athena.
Learning from mistakes of the past.
Literally.
Where are we going?
This
To the
is
supermarket?
awesome.
I don't like it.
Fuck.
This is so well written. I love this.
Athena.
Let's go.
I don't-
Okay.
Props to the writing team.
Best
Holy
fan.
hell.
Athena! The fitness grand pacer says the multi.
Don't listen to her, Turning. She's just trying to trick you.
Are you really trying to resort to that?
I mean, there's literally
Nice.
nothing else left. He has nothing to listen to.
Scootaloo.
Come on.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Finally.
Oh,
There we
no.
It's the ribbon. I got it from Rainbow Dash a while ago. It's
Oh,
supposed to represent the courage one has to do something awesome for yourself and your friends.
It's from Miss Dash? Well, I can't take this from you then. And besides, with the way you're trembling, it sounds like you're going to need it.
No, I want you to have it.
But why?
True.
Well, as thanks for earlier today, and for standing by my side now for one. But more importantly, I want you to have it so that you don't forget that while you're in there, to have the courage to keep moving forward.
Aww.
Simi, you represent everything that ribbon stands
I ship
for.
it.
Yeah, I ship it too.
Yeah, no.
Forget it.
Yeah.
I'll be fine standing by your side.
Look at the chicken smile.
Yeah, I ship it.
Scooting page. Oh well. Oh man.
Aww.
he's holding it.
He has it too.
That's genuinely
Okay,
sweet.
Miss Sykes.
Yes.
Turning?
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
Only I have the power to stop this from continuing.
Mystery
And knowing that,
dungeon music.
I should wield that power
God, I got
responsibly.
tears in my eyes. I know.
Let's go.
Now I choose to use that power to help you.
Turning, no! Bro, he really is the
Everything you said, Miss Sykes. About
He's gonna
what
pull the
happened that
ultimate
night.
no you.
About how my father died. About who swung the sword. It's true.
He's admitting it.
Fair. Wait, don't run off. Oh, pony feathers. Goddess, preserve me. What was I thinking? Fair's been going through so much while I've been gone.
Pony feathers.
She has every right to be upset with me. But is she right? Is Turning's behavior the result of my actions? If that's the case,
Poor
should
Royal.
I stop altogether? Cede my
That's like
position,
in a rock and a hard
come
place.
home, raise him properly? I feel like not even Private Eye would know what to do here. And that stallion's the smartest guy I know.
Dad?
Turning page?
Hold it!
Aha.
Another hold it. No, come on.
Mr. Votion, what are you doing?
Don't listen to him, Your Honor. He's just confused. Confused and trying to protect his mother. He doesn't know what he's saying.
That's not...
Another word, young colt. I appreciate
no.
you trying to protect
Takes
me, but
us
you don't
serious.
need to.
Quiet that mare.
Miss Devotion, you need to let your son speak. You can't keep skirting around the truth like this.
Can't I? There's no truth here. It's just a bunch of messed up memories of that night. None of it is real.
It is real, witness. You must come to terms with that.
Yeah.
Your husband, Royal Order, died. That is indisputable. The culprit...
Don't tell me you've fallen for this delusion.
You're the one living a delusion, Fair Devotion.
Oh, so
Damn.
ridiculous, father.
Damn.
It's
So
time that you
sad.
come out of it.
No! I'm not
The
the
mom
one
does
in the
not
wrong
want
here.
her son to be in
Everybody
jail.
else is.
Doesn't want him
Break
to
I
be
did
down
not
so
scene
seek to
sad.
kill Royal
inbound.
Order. I did. No matter how
Was she
many
infected
times
by
you
so
asked
much
me to
trauma that she
explain
made fake
myself,
memories?
You know,
that
there are
remains
cases like that. It's very
Athena, look at the
unfortunate.
mood matrix.
Oh.
Oh, is there gonna be like one of the weird ones?
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Not this again?
Sadness
going on?
overload.
It's Miss Devotion. Her emotions are out of control. She's overloading the mood matrix.
What are we supposed to do?
The only thing we can do, pinpoint whatever's truly causing Fair's emotional rampage.
God, the music is so
Giving me a
hyper.
brilliant idea, Miss Devotion.
Oh, what do you want?
You say that no matter how many times we ask you to explain yourself, you'll stand by what you claim? Then fine. I'll take you up on that. Tess,
I raise.
I mean, add this to your testimony. Explain yourself. Explain everything. Everything about the murder of Royal Order.
Aha.
Twilight, we're going to have to play things a little differently on this
The gloves
one.
are off on this
I
one.
don't think we have a chance to just calm Miss Devotion down. And we're far past the point of going back to her earlier testimony.
Then what?
We finish this. In one attempt, we probe the overloaded emotion and find the opening we need to shut Miss Devotion down for good at the same time.
Let's go.
This is the last move we can
Oh,
make.
we going all in.
One attempt.
One
Then
attempt.
let's make it count.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Allons-y.
Hello.
What the fuck? French? I love it.
I'm the one who killed Royal
Insanity.
Order.
Sugar Stamp moved the body to shift the blame onto herself.
He's a
Private Eye did the same. He pinned the crime on Sugar Stamp in an effort to help me. And even my own son, he saw me kill Royal, and now he's trying to take the blame for my sake. You have to believe me. They're only protecting the one who actually killed Royal Order. Got it.
Got it.
Here we go.
That was it.
Moment.
There we go.
There you go.
It looks like Sugar Stamp, Private Eye, and Turning Page.
Right. But that's not what we're proving. The root cause of Fair Devotion's sadness is Turning Page himself. Here's the kicker, though.
Aha.
Did you hear what she just said?
That they're protecting the one who actually killed Royal Order, right?
Exactly. Sugar Stamp and Private Eye are easy enough to explain.
Right. They provided false evidence and testimony, which Fair is saying was done in order to protect her.
But if Turning Page is the one who really killed his father, then the real reason for why those two would have lied to the court
would have been in order to protect Turning Page. But the scope of it, the knowledge required, they couldn't have done this with just the two of them.
No. They would have needed some pony to wrangle all the parts of the plan together. And I have a good feeling that some pony was Fair Devotion.
Fair Devotion.
Oh.
Think about it.
We're gonna need evidence.
She wants to protect her son.
That is a good theory, though.
Considering that, how close Sugar Stamp and Private Eye were to the entire family,
Layton Pony
Fair wouldn't have had a hard time convincing them to help
Professor
for
Layton,
Turning's
no.
sake. And now, she's completely distraught over what she's made them do. Even so, that's going to be difficult to prove. I don't have any evidence on hand, and we've gone as far as we can with testimonies. It'll have to come from some pony other than Fair Devotion, and it'll need to be definitive enough to not require any further questioning.
Go find yourself.
And that will have to be
Basically, everybody's in guilt, buddy.
There's no way Fair Devotion will let that happen.
Where do you get something like that in this case anyway?
We're all in cahoots.
Not to mention
Yeah,
that the alternative
everybody's
would
going
be
to jail. Sorry.
Banishment.
Even that hat kid back there.
Maybe
Ah.
Twilight, how close is Equestria's judicial system to ours? Down to the legal codes and procedures.
I'd say it's a near exact replica. Why?
If that's the case, then there's something important that applies here.
Oh.
Of sorts. That states a defendant cannot be prosecuted in
there's double jeopardy.
same crime
Double
twice.
jeopardy.
It's called the Double Jeopardy Clause.
Double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy. So you mean even if Turning Page was to be found guilty of killing his father, he couldn't be banished? That's great!
Hold it!
Chat called it in
Fair Devotion?
YouTube.
I can hear you over there, you know. You think I haven't heard about Double Jeopardy?
Why are you reading the YouTube chat if they're ahead?
Wait. She's calmed down.
Spoilers.
Right up
This isn't out of
earlier.
control anymore.
Okay.
And now she's just mad.
Mad.
Aw,
surprised.
Are you listening? Do you really think Double Jeopardy matters in the slightest?
It does. If Turning were to confess to killing his father, he wouldn't be punished for the crime.
Punished not maybe in the
999
court
music?
of law, but in the court of public
Music
opinion,
kinda groovy,
might
though.
as well hand him the elements to banish himself to the sun. He'll be forever branded as the cult who killed his father, and the cult who got away with it. There's no justice in that, only cruelty.
Yeah, she's
Not
wrong.
really.
How is
I
the
mean,
alternative
not
any
everybody's
better?
gonna remember
You
him.
get banished, Miss Devotion, and then what? What'll happen to Turning Page? There'll be no mother to look after him. No father to raise him. Your
He
two
would be an
accomplices,
orphan.
Sugar Stamp and Private Eye, they wouldn't be able to help either. On
Huh?
account of the two of them also being punished.
Dude, she would literally be abandoning her son.
In other words,
Then he would have to deal with the guilt anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Page will be left all alone with no one to care for him.
All alone? There's always a chance
I
a family
love
would be
child
willing to adopt.
How much
Are
of a
you
chance,
really
though?
betting off a
You
chance?
said it yourself. Turning will forever be tarnished by the accusation that he killed his father.
Exactly.
Your fault if you hadn't accused him in the first place.
It doesn't matter if it's my fault or yours. The fact is, with the way things have played out, Turning will be hurt by this. By both my actions and yours.
Why does double jeopardy exist anyway?
I am willing to admit what I have done will irrevocably hurt
law?
Turning. that will haunt me for
It
years
is a
to
real
come.
law, by the way.
It's a real law, yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
is.
Weigh
is.
on his mind for
That's
all
an actual
his
thing.
years to come too.
I have to
All he
give
can do
props
now
to
is
the
let
voice
Turning
actors
show
here. They
everyone
did an
that despite what
amazing
he did,
performance.
he's not a bad pony.
No,
And he's
100%
willing
sure
to
here.
confess, to accept whatever
Especially
punishment
given
must
that
come.
Athena like knows that
At
she
least
kind of messed
that
up as
way,
well here.
against the stigma of public perception, he'll stand out as some pony who's willing to take responsibility for his actions. As some pony who faces
Turning
and
his
owns
bad
his
at these
mistakes
things.
instead of running from them.
What a bad
Faces and
pony.
owns
So,
his
no.
Please, all
Why
of
did
you.
I feel look distraught by that?
I know you all have been trying to protect him.
Double
You may even
slam.
think you're obligated to, but it wouldn't be right in the end. Justice doesn't come from accepting a comfortable lie.
Let's call it pony slaughter.
It comes from accepting the truth, pursuing it,
Probably charge him for
and
pony
setting it
slaughter.
free.
Damn.
The double slam.
Diva. Sugar stamp? It's time. We tried our best, but Athena's right. We can't back away from this anymore.
You can't be serious.
She's right, Miss Devotion.
What?
Thank you.
Private Eye, you
Thank
too?
you.
I understand what you did, what you had us do. It was all in order to protect your son from the truth. But I do not think that this is what Royal Order would have wanted for his family.
Oh, right in the
Ooh.
guts.
He knows that this is the right thing to do, and it is. Enough lies have been woven, enough pain, enough grief, to last a lifetime.
Let's not add to them, Diva. Let's stop hurting ourselves once and for all.
Thank
For
you.
Royal
Royal
Order
Order
and
and
for
for
Turning
Turning
Page.
Page.
Mom?
Turning?
It's okay. I knew since that night that this was bound to happen. And I'm okay with that. I'm not afraid. Thank you for trying to protect me. But it's time that you come clean now. It's time to face the truth.
I...
Breakdown.
There we go.
Ha.
Strike it.
Like this just
That must
went
be
on for a year.
expensive.
Ooh,
The whole
crying.
Oh, goddesses, save me. I just wanted to protect my son.
Goddesses?
And I
So, Luna saved you?
Damn.
Yeah, yeah, she is
You'll
right.
never forgive me.
Damn.
Oh, poor Fair.
Damn.
Poor Fair.
Turning?
Dad, what are you doing here?
Oh, back to the flashback.
We were looking for you. Are you alright? Are you hurt?
Yeah, I'm fine. What were you and Mom arguing about?
You heard that? Well, never you mind. Turning, what exactly are you doing in the Everfree Forest this hour? Your mother and I were so worried.
Sorry, Dad. But it's kind of a long story. You see, a very good friend of mine got into some trouble with these two fillies, Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon.
Trouble? What kind of trouble?
They'd stolen some of her stuff, and they were blackmailing her so that she'd get them something they wanted in exchange. They arranged to meet in the forest by the castle ruins to conduct the exchange. My friend came to me for help, and I agreed. So I went with her to make sure that she didn't get hurt, and to make sure the deal went smoothly.
You came out here without an adult?
Well, yeah. I couldn't just let her go off on her own. Besides, I wanted to teach those blackmailers a lesson.
A lesson?
Right. A lesson. It's like you've always taught me. Evildoers beware. or taste the might of my sword. I'd say those fillies got a good taste of it, all right.
Your sword. It's broken.
Yeah. I guess I swung it a little too hard. Oh well.
Oh no.
Nothing that
He's
a bit of
confused,
duct
but he's
tape
got the
fix.
spirit.
He could have seriously hurt some pony. And if he wasn't careful with his swing, he might have hurt his friend or even himself. This must be what Fair meant. His reckless behavior at home. Is it really all my fault? Have I led him that far astray? I'm afraid I still don't quite fully understand, Turning. You still came out to a dangerous forest armed with nothing but that wooden sword.
Yeah? And?
What if you'd gotten attacked by something, like a wild animal? Or worse, what if your friend had?
Come on, Dad. That's why I went with her in the first place. Besides, I'm pretty sure I can take on any creature in this forest. Your training has definitely proven that. Hi-ya! If nothing else, it would have proven a great way to test my skills. Hey, maybe you could teach me a few new strikes that only a royal guard would know.
My training. Stars above. Fair was right. This is my fault. How do I even begin to confront this issue? Turning page. We need to talk about that, actually. Your training.
Oh. Okay. What about it?
It's just, maybe we should, ease up on it for a bit.
Uh-oh.
Up?
Right.
He's not gonna take this lightly.
I know you're still enthusiastic about joining the Royal Guard, but maybe now isn't the best time.
He overreacted.
Oh no.
Look, son, there's a lot going on in the world right now. Crazy stuff. Dangerous stuff.
The marching war? Okay.
I'm just concerned about your safety, that's all. And your mother and I, well, we think it might be better if you focus on something less risky. For the time being, of course.
Oh.
Though that would mean you would have to attend school.
Yep. There it
I
is.
understand that school is a bit of a sore topic,
Boy.
but you do have to attend.
What about joining the Royal Guard?
I'm not saying you can't, just that you should wait. Learn some patience. Be a little less reckless with yourself, show some forethought, that sort of thing.
Are you saying I'm not ready?
No, Turning Page, you aren't. Not by a long shot.
How can
Uh-oh.
you say that? I'm more than ready to join. I
Unite,
saved ponies and hurt those who want to do bad things, like Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon, and...
But that's my point, Turning Page. You hurt them, yes, but don't you know what that resulted in? Spoiled rich demanding we pay for the damages you wrought. Had you not been so reckless as to attack those fillies...
But they deserved it!
That's not for either of us to say, Turning. And even if they did, attacking them has only landed us in a truly dire situation. You can't be this reckless. Not if you want to join the Royal Guard, and certainly not for the rest of your life. That's what I think would be best if you do start attending school. If nothing else, perhaps the social interaction will teach you how to keep a cool head.
Oh.
But... What about our sparring sessions? Does this mean we can't have them anymore?
I'm afraid not. My job in Canterlot is about to be even more demanding of my time. I probably won't be able to come home all that often.
You never had a chance.
Much to your mother's disappointment.
Your job? But why?
That's grass.
Does working in some stuffy place like Canterlot lead to more work for you?
I'm sorry, Turning. I can't tell you that.
Oh, it spells Joker.
I know this causes a great shock to you,
Oh
son.
no.
But if you simply listen to your mother and
Calm down, calm down.
everything will play out just fine. I promise.
It's gonna happen. We already know it happened.
Doesn't mean we want to see it happen.
Turning?
Exactly.
Are
you Oh no, Turning, no!
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 Hit him so hard, he accidentally killed him. Accidentally killed.
What the...
Oh no.
No, it was turning all along. No.
Oh no.
Man.
Fatality.
One hit KO, dude.
Speechless.
This is a
That kid
grave
is
turn of
goated.
events, Your Honor.
It's gonna even get
I
darker.
expect many of us are at a loss for words.
You're reading the room correctly,
The whole
Luna.
case was
You
Luna
must
was
have been in
saying that
complete
Turning was
shock afterwards.
innocent.
Dude got him with the one hit
was.
KO.
It just happened so
With
fast.
a wooden sword too, man. This turning page is
I
insane.
couldn't believe my eyes.
Fatality.
I thought he would somehow be
I know,
fine.
exactly.
Flawless.
It was the poison joke.
It
He'd
was.
gotten
He didn't even
infected
get
while
hit
looking around
once.
Froggy Bottom Bog, and it took effect by the time you had confronted him.
Once I'd recovered enough, I levitated him down from the spike to see if I could help him.
Wasn't trying.
But he just kept gushing blood. Everywhere. The statue, the ground, it was all covered.
Jeez, that must have been
I wanted to
horrific.
scream,
Yeah.
but my voice just wouldn't come out.
And that was when I came rushing back. Honestly, I'm impressed you managed to piece it together so thoroughly, Miss Sykes. I did run off after a royal order and I fought. And I did come back afterwards.
You only just wanted to
I'm
hit-
guessing it was the
you
clang that got you to turn back.
That's
Not
right.
Was it really that loud of a clang?
Clang. That
He
came
probably
from
hit him
Turning
pretty
hitting
hard.
his father
That's
with
what
his sword.
man, he is
That was the
he's
first
insane,
clang.
man.
That's right.
What the? Turning page? What happened here?
Mom! It was an accident. I swear. I just got so angry and...
Royal? Hang on, honey, just...
Oh no. Oh no.
Mom? Is there anything we can do?
No, he's already gone.
No!
Damn.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'll do it.
He only wanted to hit his dad in the
What?
Oh.
Turn myself in. It's my fault, after all. And it's the
Can't wait
right thing to do.
I cannot wait to read the TV troll page of this
Please,
episode.
just
That'd be great.
listen to me. I'm
Jeez.
so grateful you're alive, Turning. I was worried that, well, you can't turn yourself in.
But Mom...
Even if this was an accident, the police won't care. They'll treat it like a murder.
It's
And
man,
you know what happens
pony
to
slaughter.
murderers. They're banished from Equestria, no matter who they are. Royal wouldn't want that. He wanted you to become a member of the Royal Guard one day.
It would be murder. It would be
Not
pony
throw it all
slaughter.
away because of
Unintentional
some
pony slaughter.
accident. Please, Turning. I can't bear to lose you too.
But Mom... I did this.
Yeah,
Don't I
Bear
have to
did
pay for
make it
it?
worse. Or
No, Turning. After all, you didn't do this.
oh no.
It was the result of an attack by some of the forest creatures. That's what
Let's
happened.
make it real slow.
Nothing else. And here's how we'll make it so.
Wait, the bruising.
Hold up a second,
Right.
Miss Devotion. Before you continue, I'd like to ask Sugar Stamp something. Sugar Stamp, the one thing you've been consistent on throughout this trial was that you saw the murder happen with your own eyes. Given what we know now, could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I was in the forest that night delivering a letter to Zakora. I meant to fly to her hut right away, but I heard a clang from somewhere in the woods. When I went to investigate, I saw Turning remove his father's body from the statue. I didn't understand what had happened. Not yet. But just as I was about to fly down and ask, that's when Diva showed up.
But you didn't leave?
No, even though I thought I should. But I couldn't leave them. Turning looked so scared, and Diva, she looked so broken. I didn't want to interfere with whatever conversation they were having, but I figured I could just watch.
And that must be when you overheard the witness's plan.
Yeah, it's just as Fair had claimed before. But this time, Turning was the one complicit with it.
I didn't want to go through with it, to be honest. But seeing Mom so upset, and remembering what my dad said to me before he...
If you simply listen to your mother, everything will play out just fine. I promise.
Well, I decided that I couldn't refuse. So, I did as she told me. The first thing I did was move Dad's body from the statue over to the crossroads, leaving the armor behind. Mom followed next to me.
And this is where Scootaloo's story lines up.
Flying from tree to tree. The body, it kept leaking blood everywhere, leaving a trail behind them.
We would have continued, but that was when we heard another clang, coming from the statue.
The second clang. The one that Sweetie made in order to scare off the Timberwolves.
After we heard that, I told Turning to continue to Froggy Bottom Bog, and rushed back to the statue, afraid some pony had discovered the scene. When I got to the statue, though, no pony was there. Only the armor and blood were.
I see. And that's when you must have moved the blood as well as the armor further into the forest, to the clearing.
All in order to suggest the Timberwolves had attacked Royal Order and eaten his body.
While Mom was doing that, though, I stopped at the crossroads. I was starting to have second thoughts. I know Dad said I should listen to Mom, but still, lying? It felt horrible. But before I could come to a decision, I heard some pony coming, and that...
Was when Scootaloo crashed into you.
Yeah. It took everything I had in me to avoid screaming.
To be the next prosecutor.
But I realized soon after who had hit me. I tried to call out to her, but she was already running away. So I ran after her instead.
He'd left the body behind, and that was when I decided to try and help out. I flew down to the scene to grab the body and move the scooter.
Move the scooter?
Yeah, I didn't want Scootaloo to be blamed for Royal's death. So I figured if I could move it, then deliver it to her later, she'd be fine.
Huh? You mean, you didn't plant the scooter at the castle ruins?
Apparently not.
No, I lied about that too. And in actuality, I didn't even get to grab the body before I heard some pony coming, and I had to hide in the trees again.
Then who brought it there? Who made it so that Scootaloo ended up being blamed for Royal's death?
Fair?
That was me, Princess Twilight.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
What? Turning?
Facts.
How could you?
It was an accident. You see, I tried to run after Scootaloo, but lost her. So, I came running back to the body. Once I saw the scooter again, I had made up my mind about what I would do. I didn't want to follow Mom's orders. But I also didn't want to confess immediately. Instead, I tried to frame Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon for the crime.
Oh my god. Oh, wow.
Oh
Because
no,
this
that's
was
way
all their
worse.
fault. If they hadn't bullied and blackmailed the Cutie Mark Crusaders, none of this would have happened.
Damn.
More than that, though, there was still the problem of Diamond's mother, spoiled rich. She wanted us to pay for those dumb dresses. I figured if I could get Diamond blamed for the murder, then maybe Mom and I could leverage the truth to get spoiled rich to back off. If she did, I confess, Diamond Tiara would be acquitted, and Mom wouldn't have to pay back a single bit. That was my plan, anyway. And it would have involved teleporting myself to the castle ruins with a body. But I accidentally teleported the scooter and wagon with me too.
Of course, because anything that is in contact with the subject of teleportation will get teleported as well.
Sugar Stan,
Yep,
you see that happen?
Turnabout
I
storm.
did, but I didn't know where he teleported to. So I couldn't help out in any other way. At that point, I decided I'd just go and deliver Zecora's letter, and maybe talk to Diva later about everything I'd seen.
What happened after you teleported, Turning Page?
Well, I wanted to remove the scooter and wagon from the scene. But I had to rest for a second before I could teleport again. That was when I heard some pony coming up the stairs from the gorge.
Diamond Tiara. Silver Spoon was already chasing after Scootaloo and you at that point.
Yep. I couldn't teleport again, so I chose to hide in the trees while she went to check the body. Not long after, Sakura showed up, making Diamond hide too. At that point, I realized it'd be pointless to try and remove the scooter and wagon. Both Sakura and Diamond had seen them, so I figured that I could try and meet up with my mother back at the statue, and then tell her about what I did.
Turning, no. You can't still insist on turning yourself in at the end of this.
But what choice do we have, Mom? If I don't, some pony innocent will end up being accused, and it doesn't matter if that's either Diamond Tiara or Scootaloo.
But we can still make it look like an accident.
It's too late for that. 2 ponies have already seen the body and the scooter and wagon. Some pony will be blamed for what happened to Dad. The least we can do is ensure that it's me in the end. Because I killed him! The only thing I'm waiting on now is if Diamond Tiara still ends up getting accused.
Yeah!
We'll discuss this later, Turning Page. For now, go home, and wait for me to return.
So you were talking about all of this while at the statue, correct?
That's right.
Then that means this was what you heard while you were behind the statue, right, Sweetie Belle?
Yeah. When I heard Turning say
Shut up, Sweetie Belle. No one wants to hear you.
Dad, I thought I could use that to help Scootaloo. I thought he'd confess immediately to save her. But you didn't, Turning Page?
No. Maybe I should have. But I was still holding out hope that Diamond Tiara would be accused at some point. By the time the trial began, though, I realized that wasn't about to happen. And because of that, I was fully prepared to confess to the crime.
Then, when that happened...
Thank you for fighting so hard for us, Miss Sykes. But this is honestly for the best.
You were prepared to throw your chance of freedom away just to save Scootaloo?
Yeah. But it didn't matter. After all, you managed to get the both of us acquitted without needing me to confess. I might have been okay with that, but then Sweetie Belle was accused. Another innocent pony was about to take the blame for what I did. I couldn't let that happen again.
Do it.
After the trial, Mom told me that confessing was out of the question. Sure, it'd save Sweetie Belle, but Scootaloo's innocence might be questioned by other ponies. I couldn't put her through that. And by then, Miss Step had already gotten involved as a suspect. Mom told me about double jeopardy, and how admitting my guilt would do nothing but hurt Miss Stamp, who only wanted to save Sweetie and me. I couldn't do that. Not to some pony our family loves so much, and some pony that's been hurt a lot already. Confessing would make her efforts wasted, and knowing that, along with what Scootaloo might have to go through, left me feeling trapped. I didn't know what to do. No matter if I confessed or not, someone would be hurt. All I could do was just follow along with Mom's plan, and hope everyone would be happy by the end.
But Sugar Stamp's role as a suspect, that was orchestrated by you, Fair Devotion.
Correct, Miss Sykes. Truthfully, I hadn't planned on getting Sugar involved, but that day when Turning was arrested... Sugar Stamp? What are you doing here?
Hi, Tiba. I just wanted to check up on you and Turning Page.
Oh. Well, thank you. But you're too late. Turning's already been arrested.
Yeah, I heard. Fair, I want you to know I saw it.
Huh?
Please don't play dumb with me. We've been friends too long. I saw it, Fair. I saw what happened that night. I saw Turning kill his father. Don't worry, I don't plan on telling any pony, but I wanted to know if there was anything I could do to help out. Help out? I mean, I don't know, Sugar. I'm not sure how you could. I've been racking my brain for a way to get Turning out of this mess, but the only thing I can think of is if I somehow were to take the fall. But if I did that, who'd be able to take care of him? Would you? I don't know, Diva. I don't want to take Turning away from you. Then, I guess... Well, hang on. What if instead of you taking the fall, I did instead? What? You want to take the blame for killing Royal Order? I couldn't allow that, Sugar.
Poor Sugar.
Please, Diva. Think about Turning and yourself. If that happened, you both would be safe and happy.
Poor Sugar.
And if
So shocking.
you two were happy, then I could be too. Even if I would have to be banished from Equestria.
Everyone gave me the hug.
So it was decided. Between the two of us, we'd make it so that Sugar Stamp would appear to be the true culprit all along. There were a number of steps we had to take to accomplish that, though. The first was acquiring a motive for Sugar Stamp. After some thinking, I had her return to Canterlot to write a fake love letter to Royal Order. She'd keep it in her home, as well as stay in Canterlot until further notice. The next day, I went to the trial to see how things played out for Turning and Scootaloo. I also wanted to learn any more details about the murder, anything that could make Sugar Stamp being the culprit more believable. Even so, I couldn't have anticipated the clone theory you and Princess Twilight presented, Miss Sykes. It was perfect. A clear turning of any suspicion. But there was just one problem.
That being, that now there were 2 murders to account for.
Exactly. I realized that for my plan to still work, I'd have to take the blame for one of them. For that to happen, however, I needed help. Private?
Yes. I suppose this is where I should explain my own role in this whole affair.
Boy, don't do this to us.
Mr. Votion, how fortunate to have run into you.
Pony.
I must express my
Pony
immense
to
relief
death.
to see that Turning's been acquitted.
Man.
You must be equally relieved.
Not quite, Detective Eye.
Please, private is fine. But
why not?
Why not?
What I'm about to tell you doesn't leave the two of us. Can you promise me that?
Promise. Very well. I promise I won't tell another soul.
Good. The truth is, there aren't any clones involved. There's only one death, and that's Royal Order's. And the pony who killed him was Turning Page.
What?
Damn. What?
Why
If
does it look
as
like
you
this
say,
still in public?
that Turning is
Lobby.
guilty, and that it was an accident. We need to do something about that. Now! The warrant for Sweetie Belle's arrest will no doubt soon be issued. We can still stop it, if we move quick enough.
What? Why would there be a warrant for Sweetie Belle?
Because it was her blood found at the statue, along with Royal Order's. She was the other pony there on the night of the murder.
Then that means...
Mr. Votion, please. There's no way either of us can let that happen.
But to stop that, surely you don't mean I should give up my son for Sweetie's freedom?
Yes.
Well...
No, I don't.
No,
really
don't.
want to be
No.
ostracized
Oh
from the rest
no,
of
where
Equestria for what he
I
did?
can't even make a funny or
No.
sarcastic
Hey,
take
I
from
figured
here. I'm
he's
so
easy.
He's
invested.
the son of my friend. But the truth is the truth, isn't it?
You hate
And
Sweetie
I
Belle,
can't
buddy.
stand idly by and let some pony innocent be blamed.
Yeah, let's throw Sweetie
I
Belle
have
away.
a few
Oh,
ideas.
Or Sweetie Belle.
My friend Sugar Stamp and I are willing to take the fall for both deaths, but I need you to cooperate with me. We can make it look like one of the fake murders was the result of a lover's quarrel. That'll absolve Sweetie, Turning, and every pony else involved.
I'm not sure.
Please, Private. This will help Turning, and it won't hurt any pony who isn't willing to face the consequences. Don't you think this is what Royal would have wanted?
No,
I don't know about that, Chief.
Once
I
he
don't
was
know
on
about
my
that one,
side,
Steve.
I told him what I needed him to do. I'm sure you can figure out the rest, Miss Sykes.
You would have asked him to
No,
fabricate
I think
evidence
that
to implicate Sugar Stamp for one of the faux murders. The
Why does
one
that
that
keep
supposedly
punishment? No
happened at the
jails.
clearing.
Ugh.
More than that, you would have wanted evidence to show that the victim had been wearing armor prior to his death, in order to explain the clangs.
Yes. And finally, I needed him to create evidence of Royal going to the mirror pool to clone himself in the first place.
After Miss Devotion told me her plan, I immediately set about completing what I was assigned. I sealed off the forest, forged the evidence, and met with Sugar Stamp in Canterlot to fill her in.
He performed marvelously, to the point where I thought my plan would work. But there was still one more wrinkle left to iron. The anonymous tip. I had to stop whoever had written it from talking, since it appeared they knew what had happened that night. I didn't know who it could be until I learned that Sweetie Belle had been at the statue that night. That meant she was the sender. And furthermore, she must have heard the conversation between Turning and me. Realizing that, I went to the detention center to see if I could change her mind.
Change her mind?
Did he do?
Sweetie Belle,
Sweetie, what does that mean?
Right. So, we talked. And we agreed that we wouldn't reveal each other's secrets, so long as the two of us kept quiet.
And that was that. Everything was in place. Sugar and I would testify in a manner that would end with Miss Sykes accusing me of the murder. But that wasn't what ended up happening in the slightest. Somehow, everything fell apart.
Oh, what's wrong?
I just don't understand how. Miss Sykes. Athena. I should have been able to fool you. I fooled Private Eye, Princess Luna, but not you. How? How did you see past the lie?
Because your emotions told me the truth, Miss Devotion.
My emotions?
For how strongly the evidence pointed towards you, your emotions still gave you away. You couldn't hide them, no matter how much you might have wanted to.
I see. I have just one more question,
Emotions are a powerful thing.
if you would permit me to ask it.
Go ahead, Miss Devotion.
After everything you've heard, everything you've uncovered, can you honestly say this was worth it all?
Yes, now we can default dance on.
I feel like Miss Devotion.
Yes.
That's worth everything, I should think.
I know that, and I agree. But what I mean is, if you had simply gone along with how I wanted things to progress, wouldn't things have ended better for all of us?
Short
You've torn
answer,
through
no.
so much evidence
Honestly,
against him,
no.
I'll grant you that.
No.
But what were you able to save? What made this worth the cost?
An ice cream sandwich.
What made this worth the cost, indeed?
The ice cream sandwich. Oh yeah, the cookie ones
Turning
with cookies.
Turning page.
This case has reminded me of a rather poignant saying from our world. Perhaps you all may have heard of it yourselves. Oh, what a tangled web we weave, when first we practice to deceive.
There's another
never heard
saying to
that
that
in my
point,
life.
Your Honor. The
What is
best
this
laid
guy on?
plans of mice and mares often go awry.
Indeed they do. Perhaps we should include cases such as these in that saying. What began, despite my reservations, as a clear-cut murder, turned into a complicated display of intrigue and deception. Those we thought guilty were innocent. Those innocent, guilty. In any case, I think we can all agree that this trial has come to an end. For better or worse, we now know the full extent of what happened that night.
This has been 2 years in the
I feel I can
making.
now hand down a verdict for the
Kinda crazy
defendant,
to think about.
Sweetie. It has been proven that she played no role in Royal Order's death. Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
I hold none.
None.
Please, just let it go to jail, please.
Oh my god.
Well,
Alright.
I hereby find the defendant, Sweetie Belle.
Objection!
Not
Guilty.
Oh my
What
god,
a
that is
roller
so satisfying to
coaster
finally
this
see.
whole
It
thing
was
has
crazy,
been.
dude.
Good,
He's
no,
not
no confetti. She doesn't deserve confetti.
No
Let's go. Hell
cheering.
yeah.
Yeah.
This
Good.
is the best
She doesn't
case in the
deserve
entire.
cheering.
We're only
Not
2
guilty at
cases
what
in, and
cost?
this is the best case in the entire series so far.
No
Yeah.
Easily
It's only gonna get better from
one.
here.
Yeah, it's got a lot to
Here's the
compare
thing.
to, doesn't it?
She's emotionally
And it's only
scarred.
gonna get better. Wow.
I have an additional request for the prosecution.
Yes, Your Honor?
The 3 ponies who participated in this cover-up. Miss Fair Devotion, Mr. Private Eye, and Miss Sugar Stamp. Please
Execute 'em.
see to it that they are taken away to be tried at later dates for their crimes.
Oh
Understood.
boy.
It will be done.
No! Wait!
Uh-oh.
This isn't fair! Every pony else is being punished for something that I did! Can I give up my double jeopardy thing in exchange for letting them all go?
Yes, actually, that's something. No.
I'm sorry, but no. Double jeopardy is absolute. You cannot be charged and convicted for that crime after having been previously acquitted. No exceptions.
But that naturally does not apply to other crimes committed.
What do you mean?
Don't start to lag behind after leading us towards this conclusion, defense. Not only did Turning Page move the body, thereby tampering with the crime scene, but he has lied several times regarding his movements that night.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
So while Your Honor is correct in reminding Turning Page of his immunity concerning his father's death, the same cannot be said in relation to his other crimes.
Aha.
No, you can't! I won't let him go to prison after all this!
Dang.
Yourself,
Yeah,
Miss Devotion.
that was the
true.
thing.
I do not intend to lock Turning Page up and throw away the key. So
You can
again,
bottom down.
calm yourself.
The Luna
I have a
House.
solution that will
That
please
was
every
the thing.
pony.
She said the thing.
You do?
What solution?
I
The
propose this,
thing.
that Turning Page, as punishment for the crimes he could be charged with, be
Community
enrolled in
service.
a boarding school for youths wishing to serve the crown.
You mean
Wait,
like military school?
What?
In
What?
essence, yes.
Let's get it.
You're going to
I
military
believe this will
school.
not only teach him proper discipline, but the temperament needed in order to become a royal guard of
I
great
don't know about
esteem.
that.
I
Damn,
also hope that
Luna.
this ensures a tragedy of this
I mean,
caliber never
it's not what
occurs
you
Feels
want.
like a
again.
proper punishment,
Well,
actually.
You're forcing him to go to
Does this
school.
doesn't
President
feel
So.
like much of a
Jail.
punishment,
Sounds
but
fine
we're
to me, Prosecutor
I want the
Luna.
little golden jail.
He needs to go to jail.
The defense has
Put him
no
in the slammer.
objections.
the
Agreed.
defense doesn't object.
Happy ending.
Okay, Princess Luna. I'll accept this as my punishment.
At least he's going to school.
Oh
Fair
my dad still
Devotion.
get to go to
I mean,
military
yeah.
school.
That's to go to
Win-win.
I'll
school.
work hard. I promise. I'll study as much as I can. So I can be a royal guard Dad would be proud of. So I can be one you'll be proud of.
Aww.
I'm really going to miss you, Mom.
I'm going to miss you more, Turning.
Aww.
Oh my god.
No,
This is so hard to watch.
that right when you'll start going to school, we won't even be together.
Hey, you two should hug.
Hug.
Yeah.
Yes, the hugs.
I love you.
Where's the hug animations?
I
I'm
want you
sorry.
to have this.
No
Whoa.
way.
Oh.
You had that back then, didn't you? What is it?
It's a gift from a really important friend of mine.
Boots.
She gave it to me to make sure that no matter what happens, I stay strong. So I want you to have it now.
But Turning, You're the one that needs that.
Mom, please. It's also supposed to represent the courage one has to do something for some pony they care about. And you did so much just to protect me. Even though I caused so much trouble for you. You've earned this.
Come on.
Holy
See
shit.
him cry.
There's Riven.
Oh, Turning.
That
If
was
only
kinda
there was a
funny.
way some pony could watch over you.
I'm sorry, Diva. I wish I could.
This was one hell of a
I
story.
really do.
That was odd. This was odd.
Hey, Rick could help.
It's
No.
okay, Sugar Stamp. I couldn't possibly ask any more of you after all that's happened. If any pony were to do it, you'd be the one, though.
Sorry to interrupt, Miss Devotion. My lord, I would like to make a request, if I may.
You may. What is it, Private Eye?
I'd like to personally see to it that Sugar Stamp is made Turning Page's legal guardian, for the time being. Her crime was merely perjury, you see. Is this all right?
Noble sentiment, Private Eye. But I'm afraid it's not a sentiment you can back up with noble action.
Huh? Prosecutor Luna? What do you...
You know precisely what I mean, Twilight Sparkle. Private Eye may not even have the authority to make such an arrangement, given his involvement in this case.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Take it you mean my career may be over for good, don't you?
Oh no.
I cannot say for certain. There is certainly a chance, however.
That sounds about right, yes. I understand.
Princess Luna, please can't you show Private Eye some leniency? He was being manipulated after all. Yes, he made it look as if Sugar Stamp was responsible, but he did so under my orders.
Yeah,
and Sugar Stamp was in on the whole thing.
He's an awesome
She knew the
character.
consequences.
Yes, you all knew the consequences to your actions. That, however, does not absolve any of you. Your fates will be decided at a later date.
But
Damn.
It's all right, Fair.
Private!
Princess Luna is correct. I knew what I was getting myself into. And while I apologize for what I did, there's one thing I do not regret. Protecting Turning Page.
Aww.
That obviously doesn't help my situation. But I'd like that to be made clear. I stand
this
by
case is
attempting to save
written
him,
way better than She-Hulk.
even if things went down the path.
Ooh. What?
His kindness to me
I
is something
keep
that
forgetting his hair is like that.
But I can only hope that this, at least, proves to him that I will always be
And the writers are so
for those
good.
he loved. I promise you this.
Please tell me he'll be returning
One
in
way or
Cakes
another.
Live.
Sugar Stamp
I feel like he will.
Turning Page. Until
If
the
not
day you
5,
two are
then at
able
least
to
the
see
later
each other
3.
again.
And how do you intend on going through with this promise? If you end up with no authority, no position.
I know it is a long shot, Princess Luna, but I have faith there will be a way for it to happen. If not by my hoofs, then somebody else's.
This is a pretty sad story.
I got major.
Mr. Private Eye?
You're more than welcome, Turning Page.
I wonder how many of the voice actors cried while doing this.
A tear?
I mean,
Fair?
they have to
at
some points. That's kind of
Don't
their
cry.
job.
Not for me.
I mean, like, not acting kind of
Well, I
crying.
mean, they
they
probably
actually
knew what was
got
gonna
upset
happen, so
over
I
what
don't
they were
think-
doing.
I don't think they would have
cried anyway.
You and Sugar Stamp both.
I'm not crying.
And now with Sugar Stamp to take care of Turning.
I'll do my best, Diva. I need it. I know I never got to be a great mother like you, but I'll always be there for him.
Sugar's the best pony.
Sugar's the best pony.
Sugar smiling.
I don't know what to say. Just thank you.
I
Alright.
do believe, then, that should wrap up everything in this case. Will any further arrangements be required?
Pipe bomb!
If I may, Your Honor.
I need an arrangement to the bathroom, Your Honor.
Have a few final words with my son.
Sorry.
I should have swapped you.
Yeah, no, but they all need therapy, though.
No, they don't.
So
They'll get over it.
Guess this is it, Turning.
Yeah. I guess so.
Hug
you two, hug.
Oh my god, it's right. Ugly.
Oh,
shush.
He's lucky, you know, to have such a wonderful man for his mother.
Oh, damn.
Are you sure about this, Royal? It feels like only yesterday he even started walking. I mean...
Oh, come on, he's old enough. Right, son?
Yeah, I'm a big coat now.
Like he's a god.
It's... It's almost funny, and yet also so sad.
He's not ugly.
I didn't realize it until now, but... You've grown up, Turning. You've grown up so fast. And look at who you've become.
Wait, what?
Of everything that I could have ever imagined, ever thought, ever believed. I could not have dreamed that you would turn out to be such a good pony. I wonder, where did you get that from?
Whoa.
You've gotten pretty good, Turning.
I have a great teacher, you see. But one day, I'll be more than your student. I'll be your partner.
Oh?
I'll be a member of the Royal Guard in no time, Dad. I'll get to work alongside you.
I'm looking forward to it.
To be honest, in this sketch.
Yes, you are reckless at times. But I know you have a good, pure heart. You are loyal to what you believe in and are willing to do anything you can to protect the ponies you care about, at any cost. Turning Page, you are the best parts of us, of Royal Order, of myself, all rolled up in one amazing pony. I am so proud of you. Beyond what even words could allow.
If something unfunny happens after this, I'm gonna leave.
No training for a little while, Turning. Duty calls.
Again, Dad?
Don't worry. We understand, Royal. Just be safe.
What song is this?
How about this, Turning?
Song.
While I'm away, I've got a special assignment for you. A Royal Guard in training.
What is it?
Make sure your mom is safe, okay? Mom's looked after you all your life. Maybe it's time to show her how much that meant to you.
Sure thing, Dad. You can count on me.
Whoa.
Don't worry, Mom. Dad might be gone, but you've still got me. Everything will be fine.
And if your father were here, I know he'd say the same. That he is proud of you, Turning Page. So proud.
This hurts my soul.
Mom.
We're turning.
Hug.
I love you, sweetheart. Please, whatever happens next, never forget that.
Yeah! Like, no.
One tear.
I promise.
A tear.
I love you too, Mom.
Tear.
Then, I guess all that's left is...
Does anyone else notice the tear style's different?
Hug.
I know.
Whatever.
Goodbye, Mom.
Hug.
Hug. Where's the hugs?
Yes.
Oh.
Goodbye, my son.
No. God damn it. I don't want to see this. This hurts my soul.
Wow.
Oh, the tears.
Court is now adjourned.
I'm coming back again.
Please, go home. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep now.
Oh my god.
Okay, like Celestial Meow Meow. But guys, never forget. You know who the voice actors were Meow Meow
There's
also
no
voiced?
Sammy, he's only mean notes.
Balalaika from
Dude,
Black
all of
Lagoon.
the voice actors
So,
deserve 200 lines
that's
at
that
the
then.
minimum for all their
It's
lines.
over. Finally.
It's $200.
Everything's come to light.
200 cents.
Everything's been revealed.
Wait, what? Where money?
Oh, hey, Phoenix.
And
Dude,
everyone's
everyone's so
Hello, Tuesday,
sad.
Apollo.
Yeah.
Look at
So
how
long.
sad
Apple
they
Bloom,
are.
Apple.
Oh yeah, Apple Bloom's going
Oh, yeah,
to
Sonata's here. I forgot about you.
Victory
Hi, Sonata.
All
just
sad.
feels so hollow.
Here comes Pinkie Pie, running through
Well
the door.
then, I
Soon.
suppose congratulations are in order. Great job, Athena. You managed to save Sweetie Belle.
You.
God.
I knew you had it in you.
Aww.
Yeah, Thanks,
Wasn't
Twilight.
it, Chief?
I should feel happy. I mean, I did it. I saved Sweetie Belle like I said I would, but
Don't save her.
can't feel happy. Not with how everything turned out. What Fair Devotion said at the end, about this being worth the cost, I wish I had a better answer to give. Or any answer, really.
So, what are you going to do now?
I'm gonna go to IHOP.
What do you mean, Apollo?
Athena, you're not going to leave things like this, are you? I mean, a lot of people were hurt by this. Are still hurting.
Apollo, it's true that Athena did unearth a lot of
I
pain
was
throughout
spitting
this
straight
case.
facts.
But she did her job to the best of her abilities.
What's that you can
More
do?
than that, she found the truth. That's all a lawyer can really hope for.
But the
Well said,
fallout,
Phoenix.
the collateral damage.
All out?
There's always fallout to finding the truth. It's not comforting, I'll admit. But even so, a lawyer's duty is to the truth, to finding it, to saving it. Like an old friend of mine said, the exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Oh, gee, who said that now, Phoenix? You mind mentioning their
I
name?
wonder
Come on
who
now,
said
mention their
that.
name now.
Apollo, you don't think
I
Athena
hope
should have
case
accepted
3 has
Turning's confession during the
Sonata.
first trial, do you?
She really needs to do her
Apollo?
case.
Alright.
I just love
Look,
that picture.
it's just I can't help but wonder how things would have turned out if you had played your hand a bit differently. That's all I'm saying.
But if she had done that, she wouldn't have found the whole truth.
Lawyers
Nothing
aren't
away from
superheroes,
that.
Sonata. I get that finding the truth is part of the job, but it's not the whole job itself. Defending our clients. That's what defense attorneys do, remember?
I
How can you even say that, Polly?
Apollo, if you were in my place, wouldn't you have done the same as me? Fight for the truth no matter how much pain it caused, no matter how much it took?
Yeah, I probably would have, admittedly.
Then
I
But
just
even
noticed.
so,
You know,
now
it'd
I've
actually
seen
be
what
cool
revealing the
if
truth can do to
Apollo
people. The
was in a
families it can tear
case
apart,
in
the
the
lives
G5
it can
universe.
ruin.
That'd be kind of cool.
Our actions, even the best intended ones, have consequences.
I sort of get what you're saying, but
Athena, trust me. I know better than any that the truth always trumps loyalty. But we have a duty to our clients, a bond with them. And abandoning that duty, shattering that bond in pursuit of the truth, that doesn't strike me as something a lawyer should do.
Ugh.
Just wait till he's the protagonist of Case 3 and he's dealing with worse.
Yeah, get away! Get away!
Rarity.
Wait, is he the case 3?
Oh yeah. This definitely has to be for Shaggy. He's gonna be in charge of Case 3 and it's gonna be even worse. He has to deal with.
Oh,
Yes!
Rainbow
Oh,
Dash,
go!
do not. Rainbow Dash? Oh.
Oh no.
Scootaloo!
Oh.
Here we go. It begins.
Scootaloo? Me? Oh yeah! Thanks for that! It's not like that tip didn't even help me in the slightest! All it did was ruin Turning's life for good! You've taken him away from his mom!
Damn, Scootaloo, I'd expect that to help her some Rainbow Dash.
I mean, she's sitting fast though.
Hold up. Let her
Damn,
cook.
Scootaloo!
Oh no.
Let her cook.
Are we gonna end with a CMC breakup? No.
In the end, she did
I
do the
survived.
right thing.
My
She
friendship
told us
survived.
all what happened.
It's between keys and trains, like between trains.
After she realized she couldn't keep lying
I'm
anymore.
surprised Rarity is not broke yet. She's been at the brunt of this for
Scootaloo.
both cases at
She
this
would have
point.
told the cops what she did and what she heard before Scootaloo was put on
Yeah.
trial.
Rainbow?
You have not missed the fact that had she done that, she would have been arrested with both Scootaloo and Turning!
Oh
What does that
no.
make? She got arrested anyway.
Dash?
Your fault, Sweetie Belle! If you
Oh,
hadn't
no.
started meddling in everything, my fault! If any pony's to blame for this, it's you and your cult friend for listening to the blackmail letter!
Oh!
Scooter and Wagon so important to you! You know exactly why!
Damn.
Yeah.
Girls, please! Just calm down,
I forgot. Why did
We
she
shouldn't
get
be
the...
flirting!
Oh.
Not here, not
No,
now!
you haven't revealed yet?
Apple Bloom's right, y'all. We really shouldn't be fussing up the place.
Really, darling! Would it kill you to take a side for once?
Rarity do
On
not.
side, Rarity.
Oh
And on
no.
Rainbows, and Sweetie Bells, and Scootaloos. We all are. But what good is all this fighting, huh?
Maybe if you actually fought for Scootaloo, AJ, you'd understand.
Dash, you are really teetering on the line of likability here.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
This is what I mean, Athena. You see what happens when you present the truth without taking into account how you present it? Or how it might hurt those around you?
Oh my.
Oh crap. We basically have to calm down the
Oh,
sentient
darn it
talking
all.
ponies.
I'm sorry, everyone. I tried, but they just
That's
won't
case
listen to
3 is
reason.
them trying to
It's alright, Applejack.
fix our
You
friendship.
did your
Apollo
best.
has
Maybe Fluttershy can talk to them separately later?
Apollo's
Yeah, she's not
genius.
wrong.
Seems
And
like
I
the kind of
promise
pony
that
who'd be good at that.
knowing that he is wrong.
Apollo just cooked a 5-star meal right now.
Actually, you.
Honestly,
second.
I was afraid of what
Where
Rainbow
is
Dash was gonna
Fluttershy?
say.
Yeah, where is she?
Well, that's a
Applejack,
good question,
what?
Dwight. I'm not sure.
Wait,
Where the fuck
what?
is she?
No, no.
That is totally
during the trial.
Do
convincing.
not tell
Where
me.
is she?
Oh god.
Yo,
it's-
Ty,
Do
you
not
guys-
tell
What's
me.
happening?
Be the
Oh my
case,
god.
don't
Get
it?
back.
Oh god,
Oh
she's
no.
Do not tell me she's the culprit for case 3.
What's
Yeah,
going
where-
on, Applejack? You guys have been acting weird for the last couple of days.
Oh god.
Oh
What's
no.
going on, huh?
Where have you two been, by the way? You disappeared right after the trial, Fluttershy. And Pinky, we haven't seen you since yesterday.
I just
And
can't
you
wait to
both
see
look
Fluttershy
exhausted,
freaking out.
which is saying a
Pinky,
lot for you,
God.
Pinky.
See what
Oh no, trial.
um,
Case 3.
You think?
Oh no.
Oh boy.
You know how it
I
is,
don't know.
Dwight. Every
What do these
pony's
two do
busy
now?
these days.
What's going on?
That doesn't answer my question, though.
What's going on?
No.
Oh no.
Hold on.
Is everything
Do
all
not.
right?
Are the main 6 involved with case 3?
Pinky.
That'd be
I-
funny.
Your friends sit atop quite the trove of them, it
Oh,
would
it's
seem,
equity.
Princess
Is it
Twilight.
equity?
Equity?
Ooh, equity?
I was thinking that was
Well,
Sequoia.
it's fine, it doesn't show up.
Oh no, no, she's back.
Ah.
What are you doing here?
Let's go.
I thought I might find the winning lawyer in this lobby. It appears I was right. Miss Sykes, you have my congratulations for such a hard-fought
What
victory.
happened now?
Victory, you say.
Thank you, Lucky Equity.
They say
Aw.
that victory tends to bask oneself in a strange, surreal glow. Yet I sense no such thing emanating from you, Miss Sykes. Was the result not to your satisfaction?
Oh
just-
my.
I would have done a bit more, wouldn't you?
What I did was the right thing in the end.
It absolutely was. No matter what any pony else says about so-called consequences.
Oh shoot.
Whoa.
Would you rather the truth remain in hiding? That it
Not
sulk
here.
in the oppressive shade of inopportune time, waiting for the right moment to appear? That is
No.
a dangerous sentiment bordering on naivete, and cowardice too.
Naivete.
For by keeping the truth locked away out of fear of what it could bring, you declare to the world that you don't believe in it at all.
Shoot!
An unbelieved truth can hurt a pony much more than a lie. It takes great
Dude,
courage
she's
to back
cooking right
truth
now.
unacceptable to our times.
So what to know?
But once it is revealed, we all benefit from it. For we see things for how they are, not how we want them to be.
What are you talking about?
Is it not obvious? Look to your friends, to the young fillies squabbling. Though it was painful, now that those two know the truth, they're able to see each other for who they truly are, their true natures.
Oh.
Why does... Nah.
And the truth helps us see what was hidden from us, as well the habits and behaviors we chalk up to mere idiosyncrasies.
Big
They are
word.
just the pony's
Big word, I
mask
don't
which
know.
the
Big
truth
word.
burns away,
Big word.
revealing
Gotta
the
pull up the
true
dictionary for
feelings
this
and
one.
intentions hidden beneath. Wouldn't you agree, Princess Twilight?
Hey, excuse me?
Your friends have been keeping their own secrets. It is not a mere
Oh,
quirk of their
no.
character. It is a deliberate act. They are purposefully keeping you in the dark about their activities. Does that not strike you as strange? Does that not strike you as concerning?
Uh-oh.
She's cooking up a storm
Even
right
if
now.
I admit that it's a
Sadly,
little
she's
weird
right,
they aren't
though.
exactly telling me what's up, I still trust them. I know who they are, and I know they must have a good reason for what they're
Not even
doing.
for season 5, so.
There you are again with your blind trust. Let's put that trust to the test,
Oh, no.
shall we?
Oh no.
Equity is
Oh,
It
what?
has been kept a secret for the time being, but I
Fuck.
believe you all would find this
Oh, wait,
information
what is she
quite
dropping
relevant.
now?
It concerns the matter of a Mr.
Okay.
Overall Concept's death.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The investigation, thanks to a
It's
new
gonna be
lead
one of those
detective,
two. I know it's gonna be
has
one of those
determined
two.
a new suspect involved
Oh
in his
no.
murder.
Oh
He
no.
wasn't murdered. He committed
What?
suicide.
So you would like to believe, but that must mean that you, quite simply, were wrong, Mr.
I was
Wright.
not expecting
Bro,
that.
so we're just reversing the entirety of phase 1 right now?
During the entire trial, Daddy proved that Overall Concept killed himself.
Speaking of naivete, do you believe your father to be
2-8.5
infallible,
did
miss?
happen.
I mean,
It's not like that.
there's politics.
Blockkeeper Equity, there must be some kind of mistake. All of the evidence showed that.
Believe me when I say there has been no mistake. Our detective is quite the thorough fellow, if a bit eccentric in some areas.
I want to see the
The
detective now.
fact remains,
Oh shit,
he
I need
uncovered
to
new
see that
evidence,
2.5?
revealing a new
I need
primary
to see the
suspect.
detective.
Hey, who? Was it Coco?
Okay,
Was it
who,
Surrey?
where's this bombshell dropping?
Let him cook.
He
Do
killed
not
himself.
tell me.
Okay.
Yes, Lord Equity.
Of course it's guard
You
2.
have new
God
evidence.
damn it.
Carry them out to the full letter. Do
These
not
days,
delay
what
for
is
a
it?
moment.
Okay,
Of
Oh
course, Lord
no.
Equity. What
it's
are
gonna
your
go in the
orders?
elements.
Do
They're
not
getting
be
arrested
who
right
it
now.
We're
is.
to
Do
arrest
not.
the pony
Calling it
suspected
now.
of conspiring
Please
to
don't put it in the
murder
cliffhanger.
Overall Concept.
Oh no.
Do not.
Miss Rarity.
Miss
I knew it.
Rarity,
I knew it. She was gonna break at some point.
Excuse
Okay, that's
She's
kind
getting
of
too much
crazy.
cap.
Hey, yo.
God damn it.
Let them cook. Let them cook.
It was something. She was gonna break at some point.
Let them cook.
And
So.
these guys can't get a break.
So-called evidence that implicates Rarity.
Whatever for. You said it yourself. You know your friends. You should need nothing more in order to feel secure in your trust in them.
So gotta go back to that story.
Yo, dude, why is Equity cooking so hard right now?
Rarity?
Wait, but
Oh, you know,
wasn't like that,
Agency,
so...
they'll defend you. They'll get you out of this.
Wait, are we just running back case 1 then?
Goodness me, Princess Twilight. Allocating the charge of your friend and her fate to a bunch
I
of
love that
otherworldly
puppet.
strangers,
That's a fucking
when you
puppet.
yourself are quite capable?
The plot thickens.
Equity, do not.
Equity
That is
is
more
like
than enough to
based
justify
as
this.
fuck.
Oh? Then you humans, strangers to this world, tell
That
me,
feels
do
racist.
you trust Twilight and kind?
What do you mean?
Of course we
Even
They're
if
not.
you were
That's
friends
not.
with a
They're
criminal?
not even species.
Yes.
This
Rarity
wouldn't be
hasn't committed any
racism.
crimes? Yeah, we do.
And yet Twilight has seen fit not to tell you why she summoned you to this world.
Oh, wait.
You would trust her despite that glaring lack of trust on her end?
Yeah.
Yo, dude,
equity is
But
spinning.
I doubt that is the only sign. I'm sure
Did
you
they
have
even
accounts
reveal
some
in the
indication
original
that our
either?
dear princess here has not been completely forthright.
Oh my
Am
god.
I correct?
She's not wrong.
The discord I heard.
Those Cyclops.
Oh crap, I just
No.
Yeah.
Rarity will be booked in the Manhattan Detention Center in the coming days. I suggest you make arrangements if you truly intend on defending her.
It has to be Sonana to defend this time.
Can we
or-
play? Actually, that would be goated if we
This
play a
case
Sonata.
pushed me to my
Yeah, no,
absolute
that would
limit.
be.
is cooking
It tested my beliefs and my resolve.
MV would
by the
be
end
having
of
a
it,
field day.
I
or
emerged fully
Apollo.
confident in my abilities.
Or maybe
But instead, I
That's
faced
Joe. Him
more
or Phoenix
uncertainty
again.
than ever before.
I feel like it would probably be Apollo because he's the only one not like
And because
Yeah,
of the
that's
affected
true.
by all of this at this point. Because he's gonna have to through all the BS to find the
Rarity
truth
taken away,
in this situation.
and all of us hurt, angry, and confused,
Dude, equity
unsure of
cooked
what
so
to do
hard
next.
right there.
This is only
The
case
Cyclops,
2.
though,
This
like,
is
when
only
was
the
that
call
revealed?
before the
Unlike last
storm.
time, it felt like something had changed between all of us. Something that couldn't be
Somewhere,
undone.
at least
Was
around
it
case
because of
one.
what Equity said? Or was it because of what I did? I
Not
found
your
myself
fault.
wishing Luna was there. I thought she might provide me with some measure of comfort, but she wasn't.
The Cyclops
I
were
wondered why that
somewhere
was.
in the
There were
first
so
case,
many
but I guess we
questions.
forgot about them.
Not enough
There
time to
was.
consider what we could
I
do.
remember there was
and what we
Cyclops,
could have
Black
done.
Cyclops on
In the
Trixie.
end, my actions
Yeah, they
And
were never
Luna
long
had
now. I
many.
recall. It's like, oh,
were my
huh.
own. I couldn't go
If
back
I remember
on them,
correctly,
no
Luna
matter how
had.
much I wished
Phoenix
I
said
could.
Luna had many when
But
he met
I
with her
figured
in
As
the
one
case
case
prior
began
to
with
all
another
this.
pony being
Yeah.
put in peril, I could look back at this last one, at those who had been involved, at Scootaloo, Sweetie Belle, Turning Page, and see what I could do to help them going forward.
Okay, now everyone pay
Okay.
attention to the credit.
Cruising for a
Credits.
turnabout.
I love credits.
Damn, so 2 years in the making though.
Finally, dude.
Shit.
What the fuck?
Damn.
Man.
Why
So
did
good that we
anything
actually made it.
Oh my
Okay, hold
god.
on,
Everything.
guys. Let's watch the credits.
Of course.
I mean, after all this shit. hell yeah.
Wow. I forgot about that
Fuck.
scene. That was way too.
I forgot about that one too.
God, I'm like so jittery right now. I have to process all of this.
So it's sent for the next for case 3. I just want to know who's gonna play. I want to see Apollo. Jesus Christ, man.
If you ask me, this whole series and the entire team deserves a year-long break. At least
Let 'em
2.
cook.
At the maximum.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean,
Didn't they
definitely,
already
but
make a lot
yeah,
of
they
They
did.
get a break until 2030.
I mean, I think they did say that
We
second
can't wait
hiatus
that
was the break
long.
beforehand, though.
I
Like,
can't.
they were gonna take a break afterward, but
You
this
can't wait that
restructure was the
long,
break.
bro.
Man, I
have
wish
to
they
do
could
with your life?
remake
Nothing?
the first one. That'd be cool.
Wait a minute.
Remake. What?
Sonata.
remake.
Wait, wait a
the
minute.
first case?
Yeah, remake
Wait.
the Sana's case. I think that would be really cool with all these images. I know there's already like fans already remaking it.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Hold on a minute.
We're about
I'll
to
take it that seriously.
get a
No,
dose
I'll
of
take it so seriously, man. This is funny.
continuity.
Okay.
I was.
Uh,
The only thing I was maybe try romantic.
I got a quick question though. The still with the rainbow and like the bush, was that from this case or? And like
It was.
I don't remember because like Sonata was there, and then like it looked like Turnabout Storm rather than this one. Unless,
First one, like the first series.
unless I'm,
Okay,
like,
oh my
forgetting
god, sorry.
something.
Real devotion in spirits.
Alright, let's see these special thanks. Special thanks to
Oh,
Hasbro.
it's Jonathan. No, that guy.
Hasbro for not doing a cease and desist as of yet. Hope they keep it that way.
They haven't
But
made
not,
any
like,
profit
can't
yet.
do that, bro. This is fan work. You can't do that.
I don't think there's gonna be a post-credit scene.
No, there is
Nah,
one.
there probably would
gonna
be.
be
A little teaser or something.
it's gonna be Mr.
So.
Beast.
You just keep watching
God.
people.
Mr. Beast.
Mr.
There's
Beast.
gonna be something.
No, maybe.
I'm waiting for Mr. Beast right now.
No.
I see something blinking.
Yep. Hold on, I know.
Oh, it is an anime.
Turnabout
Discharge. What are they charging?
I just can't believe we actually made it
They're
to
charging
case
you for
3,
that
though.
lawnmower you broke.
Do they have phones, bro? What is this?
No, I don't think so.
It's loading.
He's guilty.
That would be a riot, though. But at the same time,
Throw Rarity in the slammer.
Rarity stands.
Okay.
I mean,
now we can watch
You
the
idiots.
latest Mr. Beast video.
Okay, that's fine.
Yay.
That's honestly fine
Okay.
because I'm happy with this shit.
Yeah. I
Okay.
just can't believe 2 years in the making.
2 years in the making, and we're finally here. Worth
That
it.
was
Honestly,
That was crazy.
That was
2
was
years
pretty
watching
sick.
the second season. That is a long time.
So the fact that this fan project is still going despite being like on hiatus and like breaks and restructure, and it's just
Let him
you know,
cook.
amazing to see within of
But
itself.
hold up, Equity though, she was cooking hardcore.